What's shaking, man? What's shaking, man? It's your boy State, man. State of New York Knicks podcast. But this is not a State of New York Knicks podcast today. No. This is Die Hard State of Mind in the building, episode 92. Oh my God, 92. Goddamn shit. Excuse my language.
That's a lot of conversations, man. 92 episodes, man.
Yeah, man. That's a lot of Knicks talk, man. Man, where do I begin, man? How was your summer so far? How's the family? How's everybody? I haven't seen you record a podcast in a minute.
Yeah, been 2 weeks, bro. I've been off. I took 4 weeks off in the summertime just so I could spend time with the kids and kind of just like unplug from work and stuff. But the whole plan was for me to go crazy on the pods and stuff. But right when I was about to get crazy, like we was talking offline, man, I'm gonna throw it out there. The freaking Morning Brew, they broke up. I'm like, how could the family break up like that? You know what I'm saying? So that kind of like it kind of messed me up a little bit. Took me back, so I had to like kind of like just analyze what I'm doing here, you know what I'm saying? That like, like what could like stay, we do this thing because it's fun, man. We love the Knicks, so I don't think there could be anything that could stop me from, building with my people. So, over this Knicks stuff. I just didn't get it, man.
Yeah, man. It's tough, man. I didn't like it at all. I think, as Knicks fans, I think we're all family. We've never seen eye to eye every time, but people can always speak, and you have differences in family, man. Man, listen, I'm a content creator. You're a content creator. I want to be a part of what the Knicks is about to do. like
what a time to break up, man. When the Knicks like could possibly like legit, we championship contenders right now, man.
Yeah. So things that happened this summer. Well, we wasn't talking. Obviously, Jalen Brunson re-signed. Shout outs to JB. Took a historic $100 million discount that I didn't agree with.
Generational discount, man. You could have took $100 million. You could take that money back to where you from? Where you from? Where you from in Africa?
What, Ghana? You take that to Ghana.
You got to Ghana, and you'd be the freaking president of Prime Minister of Ghana or whatever. Crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Oh, shout out to Danielle, man. Appreciate you pulling up. But he took a historic discount. He was also named the team captain. So shout outs to JB. Isaiah Hartenstein left the New York Knicks for the OKC Thunder. Obviously the Knicks had multiple first round picks this year. They traded back in the first round. Actually they kind of did do a couple of moves, but we got Pacome Dadier in the first round. We also got Tyler Kolek. We got Kevin McCullough Jr. We got Ariel Hakaporti. 4 guys who could possibly contribute this year if anything goes wrong. We also traded 5+ first round picks for Mikal Bridges, and we got the 4 Villanova boys together. Mikal Bridges just recently had a sit down with the management when he was being introduced. So shout out to Mikal Bridges. And now it's Julius Randle's turn to get a extension. So shout out to Julius Randle. I hope Leon Rose get that done. And now today the schedule is out. So how you feel about everything, man, what the Knicks did this summer, and how the culture is brewing right now with us?
Yeah, you put the nail on the head there, right? It's just the culture's brewing. They had to take care of business with certain things. Even Precious got resigned also. Even what's the kid Toppin's brother Jacob Toppin, he got signed also.
Yeah,
two-way contract. So we just took care of business, man. Everybody got to come back. This is wartime now. Like everything, we already know what works and what doesn't work. You know what I'm saying? So there's no time to like reinvent the wheel or anything like that. This is what it is. We're gonna show up. Started the season. You remember last season? The big word was continuity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So now this season, like we legit could lay our hats on that because that's what's gonna really get us through the season. Like I heard you mention January. January, we're basically gonna be home the whole month of January, but we're gonna get killed. I think in November, man. Just like a quick sneak peek of the schedule. We'll talk about that as as the pod goes on. Mm-hmm. But we're gonna need this continuity to hold us down the beginning of this year. Definitely.
Yeah, that's a fact. And let me bring up the schedule right here. Let's get right into it because that was the news of the day. And shout out to the New York Knicks for actually releasing this information so we could get right into the nitty gritty, right? And let me take
You see my tweet on the right hand side there.
Absolutely, I see your tweet. So shout out to the Eru, man. But the Knicks, we start our season. We're away. We play Charlotte. Then we play Washington at home. We play Minnesota. We play Charlotte again. Then we play Washington. Then we play Boston. We play Indiana. We play Cleveland. We play Miami. The one thing that stands out to me in October, Eru, is we have 3 back-to-back home games. So I think we need to take advantage of home court early, right?
Well, those are preseason though. The first 5.
Yeah, but you still want to take advantage, right?
Yeah.
You want to start off early. You want to start off those good everyday practices early, and rotations too. I think rotations is very important inside preseason. How you feel about preseason, man? I think preseason is. I think that's so important, man, because you got to find out if Pacome Daddier could play right now. You got to find out Tyler Kohler could play right now. You got to find out if Mitchell Robinson can he acclimate himself again into the starting lineup. You got to find out about Julius Randle. So, I think preseason is very important. What are you looking for from the Knicks in preseason? Exactly in these first 5 games. And does any of one of these games stand out to you from the rookies on those opposing teams? Because I think Charlotte is going to I think they're going to make the playoffs this year, honestly. I really like Charlotte and what they're building over there. Washington, I think they're tanking heavy. Obviously Minnesota, they got championship aspirations. Then we got Charlotte again. Once again, I think they're going to the playoffs. And then we got Washington. Easy, very simple.
Yeah, we should do well against all these teams. But what's important to me with the Knicks is this. Tom Thibodeau's a man. We talk about that all the time, man. I can see Tom Thibodeau just having to start a lineup from day one and playing guys 40 minutes, in the preseason because he don't want the other team to see or win. You know what I'm saying? I get it. But I'm with you, man. I kind of want to see some of these other guys not necessarily play well, but I just want to see guys function in the system. So like we already know that certain guys are going to function, but say like OG and these guys, we already know what they can do. You know what I'm saying? Let's see if we can get somebody else in there to plug in, just some to see if they could pick up. Because like you mentioned, we might need Pacome or something like that, down the line because just for injuries purposes, this guy OG is always hurt. I listened to you before. I think you said he needs to play 70 games. He gotta play. Yo, man, ain't that something? The dude never played 70 games. That's crazy, man. We pay. He's our highest paid Nick right now. That's wild, man.
OG and Anobi. Shout out to OG.
Yeah, man. So that's my thing. Like when all these championship teams, I say like Boston or like just go down the lines or whoever team wins championships, they can go down to the back of the bench and those guys once they put them in, they just play. They play within the system and stuff, and everything runs smooth, man. So I would love for the Knicks to do that, So I want guys like Jacob Toppin, like you said, Pacome. I want these guys to wake up, not necessarily to dominate or do anything crazy, but at least when you put them in there, they can function in the team, and we shouldn't miss a beat,
Yeah, that's a fact. And shout out to the chat, man. Shout out to D Block. Salute to the New York Knicks community. My brother stayed down Knicks, man. Salute to you. Shout out to Gilden, man. I ain't see this profile in a minute, man. Shout out to Gilden, man. Appreciate you for pulling up. Harlem CEO, man. I ain't see you mad long, man. Shout out to you, man. Appreciate you. Eru, and Die Knicks family, man. Appreciate you guys, man. Definitely, man, in preseason, man. Also, Julius Randle, right? He's coming back from a major season in the injury, and it's tough. It's tough when you lose to Andrew Nembhard, man, off a bomb, a prayer, and your team gets decimated through injury. It's tough. But at the end of the day, we're going into a new season, fresh blood, new money. Randall's healthy, like fully healthy. This is the best team he's ever been on within the past couple of years. So I'm excited to see him in preseason, man. Do you think the shoulder is going to bother him at any point? Because remember last year, he was awful his first 10 games, and then he actually picked it up like from that, the 10 games, he was civil rights numbers. But after that, he definitely picked it up. So
you got to explain that civil rights numbers shit, man. You've been saying it for a while, but I think somebody needs to get a refresher. What does that mean, civil rights numbers?
Oh my God, yo. You know what? Civil rights numbers. Right? Because when we go scroll down here, because civil rights numbers, and shout out to my guy Randall, man. Shout out to my guy Randall, man. This is a wonderful guy. I hope I can't wait till it show up on the regular screen. But Randall, his numbers, he has the worst shooting percentage in playoff history for a guy who shot minimum 100 attempts, right? So his numbers match guys named Joe Falk in 1952.
Oh shit! Yeah, I get it, man. I just needed you to explain that, man, because it's like saying they got civil rights numbers for like, because I know, because like people follow me, say like Harlem CEO, these guys, they usually pop up on my channel and stuff in the chat and stuff. So like they'll be like, yo, what's up with your boy? Whatever, he be talking about civil rights numbers and stuff. What the hell is he talking about? You know what I'm saying?
It's my man, yo.
It's hilarious, man.
It's my man, civil rights numbers, man. You gotta pick that up, man. That's my only worry about Randall, man. You can't match, dude. What's the other dude name, man? I can't even think of this other young man name. I know the main dude name is Belemius Smalley. That's the other guy name. And his stat was from 1949.
Oh man, I get it, man. I get it.
Man.
You know, like Julius is a brick house, man. As you can see, like he's in Japan, but his face is sunken in. You know, he got like dimples in his face because he's working out crazy, man. He's one of those guys that you got to like drag him out the gym. He's always going to be in the gym. You know what I'm saying? So I think he'll be fine. You know, I think he'll be fine. One thing about Julius, what I really want to see once he gets back, because what's the word with him? Is he going to be ready for training camp or?
Yeah, he's going to be ready. He's going to be healthy by training camp. I'm not worried about Julius Randle in training camp. Honestly, he's definitely going to be ready. I think Julius Randle, like the way he takes care of his body, like he's the last person on the roster that I'm actually worried about when it comes to like staying healthy going into this season because of what the roster we've acquired around him. It was shout outs to him though. You think he's going to be re-signed this summer before we get back into the schedule?
Well, you know, I mean, it really depends on what he's thinking about, you know, because I mean, he already did it once already. He took a pay cut the first time, you know. He could have signed for like a contract that's like similar to what these guys are getting now, like 40 or whatever. But he signed for like something a little bit cheaper. So for him to do it again would be kind of crazy. But at the same time, he's like 30 something, so maybe he might be thinking along the lines that he just wants to win a championship, and he might, you know, just wait till the off season and, you know, and then just handle it when he's a unrestricted free agent, you know.
I mean, I would like for him to be re-signed now. I honestly don't want to go into next season with that like looming over the Knicks. I think it's kind of a distraction. I think when you're in the championship season, you don't need distractions of that nature. Yeah. So, you know, I would like for him to be re-signed now. Would I like for him to take less? Yeah, but I don't think honestly, I don't think Julius Randle's going to. I think he'll take less if we give him 4 years. Honestly, I think if we try to lowball him and try to give him 3 years, I don't think he's going to take less.
I agree with that.
To be honest with you, I think he's going to value long-term security over like total money.
Right.
I honestly think that. Man, hopefully, you know, we getting back in the fold, man. If he plays out the season, COVID season, you know, every season he's played when it's contract season, the man plays possessed.
Yeah.
But he played possessed with Reggie Bullock and Alec Burks and guys I hated. Now he can play possessed with.
Well, yeah, think about that though. Like, you know, that Atlanta series. If you look just the way that we played the game, it was like a whole different game. Like it was just Julius standing in the elbow with Bullock standing next to him with his hands like this, just ready for the pass. Because that was the offense. It was either Julius get a bucket and find somebody in the corner, or that's it. There was nothing happening. So when Atlanta, locked us up, he took the brunt of that, of whatever. But if you look at the roster, who did he have? He had nobody on that roster, that could do anything besides him at the time. You're talking about, your boy freaking French, not Frenchy, Canadian Captain Canada. He was on the roster, but he was just a rookie guy, somebody you can't really focus on, can't really rely on, I should say. But now, like you said, like we're a stacked roster, so he could let the ball go. And I just think that's important, man. If you want to talk about tradition with championships and stuff, the last time the Knicks won a championship was 73, right? So I'm looking at the roster now. We had these are all like Hall of Famers. We got Walt Frazier, David DeBusschere, Bill Bradley, Earl Monroe, Jerry Lucas, Willis Reed, you know what I'm saying? Phil Jackson, yeah, Dick Barnett still on the team. So that was the rotation. It's a heavy rotation, just like how we have now. Nobody at that time, nobody was really in their prime. They were just a collective of really good players. But what they were known for was giving up the ball. They passed the ball. Like Frazier got his points, Monroe got his points and stuff, but as a team, they were known for passing that ball and moving the ball and getting the ball up the court, playing defense and stuff. So I'm looking at this current roster the way that it is. That's what we have now. We got Brunson, who is like Frazier, getting most of the points, but then we have our roster so stacked all around him that Brunson could do his thing, but then there's going to be points where we turn it on. And I just don't, if we move that ball, bro, I don't see how anybody can fuck with us, because now you're talking about the defense that we got too. So now we could lock you up on the other side, and now you have to play defense on the other side. So I feel I kind of like feel bad for the rest of the league, but this is all wishful thinking. We're hoping that this is what happens, man. But I mean, like the signs are pointing towards something special, man. I think.
Man, it's the best team I've seen in 24 years. So yeah. Let's get to it. Shout outs to D Block, man. He laughing. Shout outs to you, bro. Julius Randle, 29. Well, he gonna be 30, bro. Right? He's a grown man, bro. Dead smacked in the middle of his prime. Smacked in the middle of his prime. Jermaine, man, shout outs to you, man. OG. Salute, man. Appreciate you for pulling up.
Guys like LeBron, they're talking about prime. He's like almost about to be 40. So seeing guys play that long and Curry play that long, it kind of like makes everybody think that everybody could play at this level at that age, man. But up until now, guys' career's been over like at 30, 32, 30, 33. Their career is over. You know what I'm saying? So, time is now when it comes to prime. Now, 30 is young for us, but not for basketball, not for, for sports. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, for sure. Nah, it definitely ain't that old. I don't think it's that old. With that said, who's right here? Now, the start of the season, home opener. How you feel about it, man? Us versus Boston. What's the story behind that? Why you think they picked us? No, that's not our home season opener. That's actually Boston's. But why do you think they picked us to play Boston first?
Not only that, I see TNT there too. So like I thought TNT was out of here. They throw us on TNT also. So it's a setup. They want to embarrass the Knicks. That's what it's all about, man. I'm tired of that shit, man. That's why I'm glad that they signed that contract for NBC. Get them on NBC. Let's get some good juju here. This TNT stuff, man. They loved disrespecting the Knicks. So it's no shock. Home opener against Boston, the ring ceremony. And they playing the Knicks. Come on, man. That's a setup, man. They pay extra bread to make sure that happen. I think.
Yeah, Knicks got it. Knicks got to beat the hell out of the Boston Celtics, man. The home opener, man. Yeah. That home opener is a good gauge of what you're gonna see if the Knicks do possibly play the Celtics in the playoffs. Because I want to see if Mitchell Robinson could finally guard the perimeter. I'm sick of him getting cooked by Porzingis. That's extremely annoying to watch. But also that coincides with Thomas Thibodeau's system. He wants a drop back coverage system. You got to stop dropping back. You're going to have to start switching. Now, if they start switching, can Mitchell Robinson hold his own in front of guards and wings? I think he can. A couple of years ago, he can. Recently, he couldn't. Why? Because he bulked up. So he's a integral factor in what the Knicks is going to be able to do this season, but also to a team like the Celtics. Because if he could be dominant in the series versus the Celtics, they have no answer for him. Al Horford is too old, too small. Porzingis is not physical like Mitchell Robinson. Now, Mitchell Robinson earned the title of physical for me because when you watch the Philly series, he didn't back down. He didn't get smoked. Isaiah Hartenstein was getting smoked. The issue though with Mitch, still a little hobbly, still not catching the basketball with both hands. Now you're hoping that with a guy like Mikal Bridges, right? You got the guys coming back into next season. You're hoping that the continuity finally with a guy like Jalen Brunson and then bringing in OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges and make Mitchell Robinson's job easier, makes him see the court easier. And also guys maybe will feel more comfortable passing him the ball when he's open. But he got to stay healthy, man. He could be a huge. He could decide a playoff game versus the Celtics. He's gonna have to be huge, man.
It's tough, man, because I mean, talking about like the Celtics, they're green, so that's like the kryptonite for the Knicks. That, like you said, the drop coverage and the shooting the threes. Everybody on that roster can shoot threes. It's plugged out, so it's like that's Tom Thibodeau doesn't really play well against teams that shoot the three like that. Guys that because Horford is always open, man. Every time we play him, he's always open. Like we could never find him. Same thing with Kristaps. Kristaps just play games with us. He's at the top of the key waiting for that three. If we jump out on him, he just blows past the person and dunks. So that's our Achilles heel there. But I'm not a fan of Mitchell Robinson and stuff, man. But I just I just think that the team itself is so good that like if we move the ball around and like they're gonna have to swarm to catch our guys because you can't double team none of us. That's the thing. You can't double team off of Mikal Bridges. He's gonna knock down the jump shot, bro. If you decide to double team Brunson, he's still gonna score. If you single coverage him or double him, he's still gonna score. You still got Julius out there. You know what I'm saying? And then so I mean we have a lot of weapons. So if we move that ball, Mitchell Robinson is gonna be open a lot. So it's gonna be up to him to be able to finish on the inside. And my pet peeve with him is that like I just don't. He likes to force dunks. He gets it inside and he just forces it up. I would like to see him like stay on the ground and just lay it up, man. Just get the ball and just lay it up. He doesn't have to try to like wildly dunk it all the time. And that free throw, man, that free throw percentage is ridiculous at this point of his career. Like people keep talking about they want to see him shoot threes. That would be cool, but I can't trust a guy to shoot threes if he can't make a damn free throw, man. So I mean, I'm frustrated with him, but you want to talk about a key? I can give you to him. Mitchell Robinson could be a real key, to us because we're gonna have so much attention out there on the perimeter. So like that Mitchell Robinson is gonna be open, bro. So he's got to handle his business. He definitely got to handle business.
Yo, Mitch gonna stay healthy too, because when you got OG Anunoby and you got Mikal Bridges, it makes his job easier. So he's gonna definitely stay healthy. Like I'm really concerned about him, but I'm trying not to like let it bother my mind because of the rosters that we had like in previous seasons. It's tough like having a roster and you got Alec Burks and these guys, and they trying to guard the perimeter. And damn well these guys can't guard the perimeter. It's kind of tough. And then Mitchell Robinson covering for 4 people. You got Julius Randle. He want to be aloof all the time. And then that's neither here nor there, right? The right now this is probably going to be one of the best defensive teams in the NBA, probably the best defensive team in the NBA. And Mitchell Robinson is going to be a huge part of that if he just decides to stay healthy, eat different, eat right. Shout out to the chat. Oh my God, here they go, Eru. Here they go.
That's Bully the I-95.
I know that's my guy, man. Mr. Yo, State, you want a drink? Yo, I see. Yo,
so you told me everything I know about ball.
Yo, bro. Bully different.
Yeah, Bully's cool, man.
He
cool.
Different.
Okay.
I'm in a spot with Bully. He like, yo, you want a drink? I'm like, nah, bro, I'm good. He like, yo, stay. I'm not letting you walk away from me until you get a drink, bro. And you can see how serious he was. I'm like, I bet, bro, you got it.
I was there for that event. That was also a Morning Brew event, right? Which is bugged out. Yes. Morning Brew / Knicks Twitter event. So Bully was there, so I didn't really know who Bully was. You know what I'm saying? I know the icons and stuff, but you guys are on Twitter more than me. I'm on Twitter a lot too, man. But I just couldn't put the face to the names and stuff. So it was interesting. So next time we come out, man, that it's gonna be even more crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody knows each other now by face. Doing shows together and stuff like that, man. So yeah, I can't wait to that, man. I saw you talking about a game in November. So what game would you want to do for the first Knicks fan get together? What like early on? What are you looking at?
It's a November game, the Knicks versus the Bucks.
Okay.
So it's a nice November game, and that November game, the Knicks will be playing at 7:30 p.m. at night.
Okay,
so I think that's on a Friday. So I
that's a home game though.
Yeah, a home game. Yeah. A lot of Knicks fans. Listen, them Knicks tickets. May God bless some of y'all, because I'm gonna go to a couple of these games, right? You're gonna have to put in a little extra work at your workplace. You get inside the garden next year. That's it.
You know what the cheat code is though? Like a lot of people were waiting until the game starts, and then they'll go and try to buy tickets because the tickets drop, once the game starts. So they'll see if they can squeeze into the garden that way. Shout out to Erin from this Twitter. I forgot what handle she uses now, but that's what she does. Her and her boyfriend Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do that. They stand and they wait, and then once the prices drop, they buy 2 tickets and they just go into the garden.
Yo, man, shout outs to my OG Jermaine. Mitch should be okay. He has to only guard the middle. He got help. OG and Bridges is there now. That's very true. I love the pickup of Mikal Bridges. Once again, like Eru, the Knicks is championship or bust to me. Their championship or bust for the next 3 seasons or however long Leon Rose is here. They must win a championship. Anything else in the championship each season is a failure, in my opinion. But that's not to say, let's give up, right? You failed. Get back up again. Try it again. You got the necessary roster that's going to stay intact for the next couple of years.
Yeah.
No.
On the low too, man, the Knicks have been doing a good job of trying to build up the future. Shout out to Pacone. Pacone was the youngest player in the draft. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to 4 years from now. We're talking about Olympics, right? 4 years from now, Pacone might be like a starter on that French Olympic team in 4 years. So could you imagine once certain guys are contracts are up, to say if we sign, anybody, where these guys, maybe we can just go with Pacone, and move off of some of these other contracts just to save bread and stuff, because let's say one day Pacone might actually be a player. You know what I'm saying? So, and also to Jacob Toppin, he's a little bit older, but Jacob Toppin's still here. Shout out to the point guard we picked up. We didn't mention him. My man from Marquette,
Tyler Kolek.
Yeah, Tyler Kolek. So I mean, he could be something too, man. Down the stretch, maybe in the next 4 years, Brunson starts to slow down, and maybe Tyler pops up in there and starts doing his thing.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the chat. The chat booming right now. His free throws are trash. I hope he worked on that. I absolutely strongly agree. I hate Mitchell Robinson at the free throw line. It reminds me of pork. It reminds me of some of that. My mother makes some chitlins. I'm like, Ma, I'm leaving your house, man. I'm not dealing with the chitlins.
Don't bring up chitlins, man.
Oh, what, man?
You had a whole episode on chitlins, I think, one time.
Bro.
Damn, son.
Some pig feet.
Yeah,
she'll cook some pig nose. I don't know what the hell she be.
Damn.
Oh God, man.
I'm half Puerto Rican, man. So you already know the pig is heavy up in the Puerto Rican.
Pinette? The Pinette?
Hell yeah.
Will Tibbs plays zone defense? Come on now. That's like asking a coke dealer where he tries some weed instead of coke. Come on, bro. Tibbs will never go in the zone. But it's a new season. You got some new staff members. Maybe the analytics say, hey, you should try a 2-3 zone at this moment in time. But we have so many stout perimeter defenders. I don't think we need to run a 2-3 zone, but you never know. You can switch it up. You can always switch it up. You could force Embiid into the middle, put him in a 2-3 zone, force the rest of them dudes to shoot. Paul George want to play like a Herb that game? Okay, force him to shoot. I got somebody for Maxey. I'm damn sure not worried about Maxey.
Nah, man, Maxey's nice, bro. You saw him in the playoffs, man. That cat, he was bang for bang with Brunson. That's true. There you go. That's the answer right
So,
there.
like,
That's the answer right there. Because I mean, you know, shout out to Hartenstein. He was getting on Hartenstein about the defense, but Hartenstein was playing a little bit too aggressive. So Embiid was just eating him up with that chicken wing that he was giving him. But same thing with Big Pazza. Shout out to your nickname you gave him.
yeah, my
But he was
God.
trying his hardest too, man. Same thing with Deuce, but those guys they what's name actually just had the number, but I can't see him like destroying Malik. I mean Mikal, excuse me, Mikal. I can't see him going hard on him like that. Pause.
Nah. Nah. Shouts to Harlem CEO. Mitch can actually prosper this season with pick and roll. They won't be able to too much double teams against the Knicks. Well, you're correct about that. I seen a play. I think like a couple of days ago where Julius Randle and Mitchell Robinson ran a 4-5 pick and roll, and it was beautiful. Mitchell Robinson caught the ball. They need to run more of that. Shout out to Julian. Salute Ebro in the chat. I'm gonna
shout out to Klarna, man.
Clarma. Shout out to Clarma. We got Piss in Boston Soup opening night. Shout out to OG. Julian, man, with the last. Mike K.
Damn,
Super chat, man. Oh man, Mike K. Mike Rich, man.
That's a doctor. That's the Mike doctor right there.
Dow state of mind, best in the business. Yeah, shout out to you, Mike. Want to see Randall at the 5 against Horford in the fourth quarter. Randall will dominate that matchup. Keep Randall on the block instead of the wing. Brunson, Dante DiVincenzo, Bridges, OG on the perimeter. Yeah, I strongly agree with that. What you say to that, Ebro?
Yeah, I like that a lot. I was gonna say with the Mitchell Robinson thing, like pick and rolls is cool, but my thing is always boxing out. I'm always getting on the Knicks about boxing out and stuff. Mitchell Robinson doesn't really do a good job of that, but who boxes out really well? OG, not for nothing, man. He doesn't really get rebounds like that, but he boxes out really well, and it allows other guys to do their job. Same thing with DiVincenzo, and Bridges also, with the long arms and stuff. So I just think little things like that is going to just make the Knicks dangerous, man. So like Randall playing the 5 and all that. All of that is just our weapons. Those are things that we should be utilizing. So like you mentioned, Spoelstra, Tom Thibodeau, man, you got the roster, fam. So I don't want to hear no bullshit about whatever. Yeah, I watched the games 3-4 times, bro. Enough of that. That's bullshit at this point.
Yeah, I ain't trying to hear that, bro.
Yeah, I ain't trying to hear that because me and you could coach these Knicks right now. We know how to get the best out of this roster, but you the one, right? You like got the resume or whatever, so do your thing, fam.
Yeah, man. I just want to see beautiful basketball. The Knicks is bottom 5 in assists percentage, assist total, past 4 years under Thomas Thibodeau. That stat right there gotta change for me. That gotta change. You can't have 4 guys who played on a championship team together, and these dudes are still at the bottom goddamn list in assists per game. No pork on my fork, strictly fish on my dish. Shout out to Green. Oh man, Fat Joe can catch these Knicks. Fat Joe can coach these Knicks. That's a fact, man. Ain't no way you made.
Yo, what's up with Fat Joe, fam? Every time I see Fat Joe with a microphone in his face, he's like, "Yeah, man, back in the days, we used to sell drugs and all kinds of stuff. I used to fight this guy. I was part of the Avengers back in 1985. Like, oh, damn, son, like he was doing all of that. Sometimes like OG's kind of like, it's cool to hear the stories, but it's like, come on, man. It's like sometimes like some things got to be sacred. You can't tell everything, man. Like, what's the point of not saying nothing at the time in order for you to just say everything 30 years later? I just don't understand that. I was on the Avengers and X-Men back in the days. You're like, God, man.
Yeah, shout out to Fat Joe, man. He always on that type of time. So Boston, now we got Indiana, Cleveland, and Miami, right? And it's interesting. Boston, we away. I think we're most likely going to beat Boston that game, and the excuse is going to be, oh, Boston got a championship hangover. All right, they're going to say the Knicks. So that's when they're going to front. They're going to be like, the Knicks is not for real. So we're going to have 2 days off. Okay, cool, no problem. Then Friday, who we got? Good old Indiana. I'm going to tell you right now, it's
going to be a movie that day, man.
that Andrew Nembhard shot, man, that shot hurt my heart, man.
Yeah, that would,
I can't believe he lost to a shot like that, bro. I still can't believe it, bro. I still can't believe it, bro. Matter of fact, where's this shot at, bro? No,
don't
hold
play the shot. You're gonna play the clip? Oh no.
Matt, I wasn't even gonna play the clip, bro.
Oh,
I wasn't gonna play the clip. I don't even need to play the clip. You like to look at your death sentence again?
but that's the thing, man. Like you want to be in the playoffs or not? You know what I'm saying? So with you in the playoff shit happens. You know. Shout out to Reggie Miller with the choke game and stuff. You know, shout out to John Starks going 2 for 11, whatever it was. 2 for 14, whatever 17, whatever it is. Like stuff like that happens. In the playoffs, man. So you just got to be ready for it, and just hopefully that the Knicks will be on the good side of those things.
And speaking of Indiana, right? You would know a little more than me. Indiana and the Knicks have a long history of rivalry, right? And it started in 1993 in the Eastern Conference first round. As you can see right here. Shout outs to the Knicks and Pacers. The Knicks took a 2-1 lead after 3 games. In game 4, John Starks hit a crucial 3-pointer late in the game, helping the Knicks secure a 3-1 series victory. Patrick Ewing was dominant, averaging 24 and 11. Then you go right to the very next year, 1994. Obviously, everybody remembers the choking incident with Reggie Miller. Yeah. With Spike Lee, but the Knicks obviously won that series, even after that choking gesture. So shout outs to the New York Knicks in 1995. Very incredible series. The Knicks lost that series to the Pacers. They lost in 7. So
was that the finger roll?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the finger roll hurt me the most out of all the plays, man. People talk about Charles Smith and all that. I think also the Charlie Ward fight.
No, that was the Charlie Ward fight.
Okay.
1995 was the finger roll.
Okay. Yeah, those are the 2 hardest moments, I think, man, for me.
That fight was done on purpose by Pat Riley, though. He knew what was going on between the New York Knicks and Miami, and I guess he said, you know what, we're gonna get you guys back. And shout out to the New York Knicks. They had revenge back in 1999. Obviously, they got to the finals and got smoked. And then in 2000, obviously, the Indiana Pacers got the revenge back on the Knicks. Reggie Miller scores 34 in Game 6, and they go on to lose in the NBA Finals to the legendary Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal, right? Indiana, how you feel about them, man? They got a nice little, nice little nucleus over there, but we got something over here for them. How you feel about that game, home opener?
I think it's gonna be a movie, man. Shout out to my man. What's Money's name? Because I just like blanked his name out of my freaking head, man. Their point guard, Halliburton. Yeah, Halliburton, man. I mean, he's like the new age Reggie Miller. Except his game hasn't really matched Reggie Miller yet. But he's a villain. Definitely. The star of the show. Like you mentioned, Nembhard. We had other guys like Haywood Workman that back in the days. You want to talk about Travis Best, and we had the Davis brothers too on Indiana. So I mean, Indiana has their own little group of guys too, man. So I mean, the stage is set. They have the characters on their squad. We got the characters on our squad, and the basketball. That's the most important thing. The basketball is great, man. So it's gonna be a movie. They want to win. We want to win, and we play the games for a reason. You play the season for a reason. So let's get it on. You think you good? You think you good? Let's see what's up.
Shout outs to Parrish Duggar. Salute, support to the Pie Era. What up, State? Yo, Randall got a career-threatening injury. No shoulder, takes 8 months to heal. He's in a battle. The man, I trust Randall, and he got the shoulder surgery at the correct time. Like if he would have really waited, yeah, we probably won't see him until 2025 January. But since he got the surgery, we should see him back in training camp. He already said he was going to be back in training camp. He said he felt healthy. He was getting better on multiple podcasts. So shout out to Randall, man. I think he's going to be fine. I don't care about his regular season. I need to see that man produce in the goddamn playoffs. That's all I need to see, man. Knicks, Hicks, the Indiana.
Yeah, the Indiana Hicks, whatever they call them. The Hicks from St. Nick.
The Hicks is St. Nick. Julian, I saw him dunk in China, so it ain't that bad. We'll see. We'll see.
The thing is, like, I just want to see him move the ball. If he moves the ball, because like you mentioned, like it only matters in the playoffs, you know. So the thing about it, when you're a good team like this, you just have to get to the playoffs. The Knicks are deep enough. We signed Precious, so play these guys. You know, that's the problem with Tom Thibodeau. He's gonna like badger these guys all season, fighting, scrapping for wins and stuff. When we don't necessarily have to do that, use your personnel because Precious is good enough to squeeze out some wins, you know, some minutes out of him if you want to try to rest Julius. You know, we're good enough now that we could do that. You know, like Mikal Bridges should not play 40 minutes ever because we got DiVincenzo off the bench. You know, and then we got Deuce McBride also, man. So we got guys that can give Deuce breaks, and they're good enough to help us win at the same time. So you just got to trust his personnel, let these guys play, give them confidence, and then when it comes to playoff, then you lock it in to whatever you want to do. You know what I'm saying? But let's get this season over. You know, get through it in a positive way.
So November is an interesting month. So my mistake was I thought the Orange was home. So I was like, oh, okay. We got a lot of home games in November. No. Orange is away. November is going to be a gauntlet. I was wondering why you said November call me difficult.
Yeah. You know what's funny about the beginning of the season too? A lot of these teams have confidence early. See, like a team like Detroit, you know, all these little teams like that, Atlanta, whatever, they're going to be playing bigger than they're going to be playing in January. In January, these guys are all going to be bottom dwelling teams. But in the beginning, everybody got that energy, like, oh, this new season, you know, that type of thing. So, you know, playing away, that's almost like a death sentence like that, you know, in November.
Nah, it definitely is because everybody got confidence. So we go against Detroit, Houston, Atlanta. Oh, three straight road games. That's going to be tough. And Detroit, South to Detroit, man, I like what they building over there. I think when you lose that amount of games, at some point, you know, the winning aura starts to kick in. You bring in a new coach, you bring in a new coaching staff, and you try to get something built. I really like Cade as a prospect. Cade is a big wing, big jumbo wing that you can run your offense through. I don't think he's necessarily a point guard, so they need to stop boxing him in. I like Asar Thompson. I like what Jalen Duran is bringing. Jaden Ivey. I like what those guys are bringing. Hopefully those guys, you know, get some wins this season. But I think that's going to be a tough win if the Knicks do win that game. They're going to be ready. They've been getting smacked around the past couple of years. And at some point, I think you probably wake up. Then you got Houston. Houston and Atlanta. Houston. Oh, my God, Houston. Houston going to be tough, man.
Yeah. You know, the thing about it, man, is it's away games, but they're not. It's like not an easy travel schedule because we got to fly into Detroit and then we got to fly into Houston and then we got to go cross country to Atlanta. That's not a good travel thing because that whole day off that they have, those days off, is going to be travel days. You know, they're not going to have no time to really get themselves together. It's like one thing is like say if they go to Atlanta and they play like Charlotte, you know, before Atlanta, you know, and then they play Orlando next, you know what I'm saying, to keep things close, you know, it's a little bit easier, you know what I'm saying? That was what that tweet is about there. You know, because I wanted to do a road trip this year. So I was hoping that they would put together a couple games where the Knicks are playing away on the East Coast where we can get together as a group and just shoot down there and we all just hang out and watch like 2 to 3 games on the road and shit. That would have been dope. But you know, the schedule was very unforgiving, man. There's really no point in the season like that, unless you talk about New Year's and Christmas. You know, who's gonna do that during New Year's and Christmas? You know.
Yo, you're definitely right because this travel schedule is crazy. You got them going from Detroit They got a 2-day break. Okay, cool. You get Saturday, Sunday off. Okay, cool. Then you got to play Houston on Monday. So you might be traveling to Houston Sunday, right?
Right.
Then you got to go all the way from Houston back to Atlanta. Then you get a 1-day break, and then you're going to Milwaukee. And then you get a 1-day break, and then you're going to Indiana and another away game. So your only home game within like 8 days is Milwaukee. Yo, the NBA.
It's unforgiving, man. They do give us a break that next week though. We got Chicago on a back-to-back, and then we got Brooklyn. Brooklyn twice at home in MSG, and then Washington at MSG. So we get a little bit of break. But I mean, we from there we go on a West Coast trip. Well, look at that, freaking Phoenix, Utah, Denver, and Dallas. Man, they always put them together, but why can't they put the East Coast together? I don't get it.
Yeah, that's stupid. But now I'm starting to understand what you mean by the travel stuff, because like flying from Atlanta, then you're going to Milwaukee, and then the very next day you're going to Indiana. That's tough. That's tough. And then you're going to Philly, and you're going to Chicago on a back-to-back. Jesus Christ.
It's a big turnaround.
Jesus Christ. But this is the perfect test, right? I mean, this is what we signed up for. This is what you trade 5 first-round picks for.
Yeah.
This is what you trade RJ Barrett quickly for, and Quentin Ntilikina and Obi Toppin. This is what you trade them young boys for. You trade them because you like to be the best. You gotta beat the best. And I wanted the hardest schedule possible. And it's interesting that the Knicks got one of the easiest schedules according to NBA.com that I looked at earlier. Their schedule is ranked top 5, but I don't think their schedule is easy. I think they're going off of last season. So we got Detroit, Houston, and Atlanta, right?
Right.
Those 3 teams is not really like tough teams. So like you got Milwaukee and Indiana, they probably still going off of last season. I think every single team right there is tough. I think there's going to be there's no walk in the park game. I don't see in November, like at all. Philly going to be tough. We already beat the hell out of them in the playoffs. Then you got Chicago. I think Chicago going to be a tough out.
Yo, you see Phillies on TNT too?
Oh my!
They know what they're doing, man. They know what they're doing.
Yo, the Philly game on. Shout out to the NBA, man. I think Chicago gonna be a tough out. Those 2 Brooklyn games, those are home games for us.
Yeah.
So we're gonna beat the hell out of Brooklyn for 2 straight games, and then we got Washington and another home game. So that's winnable 3 games, right? It's the Detroit, Houston, Atlanta. If we could get out of that 2-1, and we could survive the Milwaukee, Indiana, Philly, Chicago, because we got 3 winnable games. Matter of fact, we got 2 straight weeks of winnable games, because now we got Phoenix. I seen what Jalen Brunson did to Phoenix last season. Phoenix is the least of my worries, to be honest with you. Then you got Utah. That's another away game. But thank God they got a 2-day break, right? Really a short flight. And then Utah, you get a 1-day break. And then you go to Denver. Then it's a 1-day break. And then you go to Dallas. Then it's a 1-day break. And then we have the Charlotte Hornets on TNT. That's dope.
Yeah. That's
dope. So overall, how you feeling about the month of November, the gauntlet month? Probably the toughest month, I think, so, in our whole season. Damn.
We're gonna see what we made of, I think, but I think, I think the Knicks need to, we just need to get, if we get into a groove, I think we can get through it. I think by the time we hit that West Coast trip, against Phoenix on November 20th, hopefully the Knicks stacked it up already. Hopefully we already established ourselves, and then we're like, let's say we're like the number 1 seed in the East, something like that. So, number 1, that would be excellent. I think that would be like the best case scenario there. Like by before that West Coast trip, for us to be like the best team in the East, I think that would be fun. That would be great.
Yeah, for sure. Because that West Coast trip, that's gonna be tough. Like 4 straight games, and then we come back to Charlotte. We play Charlotte on a nice little Friday. That's gonna be a tough game, because once again, I'm like, I truly think that Charlotte will be like in the playoffs. So I don't think they're gonna be a tough out either. Hopefully the Knicks come out in November. You was about to say something?
Well, no, that's Black Friday also, because I mean, Thanksgiving is the day before that. So hopefully,
Oh, damn.
yeah, man.
Oh,
Hopefully the Knicks don't eat too much because they're coming from Dallas. The food is good in Dallas and stuff, man. And then Charlotte too. The food is good down there too, man. So hopefully they don't get the itis on us.
y'all forgot it was Thanksgiving, man. Oh, man. Damn.
Yeah, that's the game I was looking at. I was hoping that they would put Charlotte in a spot where I can go down there because I want to go to Charlotte so bad to watch the Knicks game. But I mean, 12 o'clock on Black Friday. Come on, man. I mean, that's just,
That's poppycock nuts.
yeah, man. There's no way in hell I'm gonna be able to do that. Man, so
How you got them boys playing at 12 o'clock at the day after Thanksgiving?
yeah,
They got all that food on their tummy. That's a schedule loss.
Well, Knicks fans too, man. Knicks fans gonna be out there trying to get that TV on sale somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So they might miss the game.
Oh God. Oh man, yo. Shout out to the New York Knicks. This oh my God. I'm asking for that day off. I'm not going to work on no Black Friday. My boss goes, she goes, listen, I'm not no Black Friday, please. December, December is an interesting month because November was difficult as hell, right? But December, we got the Pelicans, Orlando, Charlotte, and Detroit. 4 straight home games, and we got a day break between each home game. I think that's beautiful. I think that the reason why the NBA did that was because they gave us the West Coast trip, so now we could get some home cooking in the beginning of December. December looks like the most favorable month. We got a nice little meeting with RJ Barrett quickly on that Monday.
Well, let me throw this in there because we forgot to mention the what's the name, the cup, the Commissioner's Cup, whatever. So
yes.
we play Philly, Brooklyn, Charlotte, and Orlando. Those are all winnable games, man. So what if the Knicks sweep them? Then we might actually be quarterfinals, semifinals in this Commissioner's Cup too. So that's going to add some games to the schedule.
How important? I think that scale of 1 to 10, how important is us winning that Commissioner Cup? I think that's.
I want to go to Vegas, fam. Hopefully my wife not listening, man. But if it looks like we're gonna do that, I think I might go to Vegas, fam, for that championship game. Because I didn't realize that's what was happening last year, man. So last year I was all messed up with the schedule, but this time if the Knicks make it to this championship and they in Vegas again, I think somebody need to make a trip.
Shout out to Vegas.
Yo, shout out to Tony, man. Tony and my man what's his name? The dude with the beard, big fella.
Billy?
No, Knicks Twitter.
Mo.
Yeah, Mo and Tony, man. Shit, man. Get the charter the jet, man. Let's get out. Let's get to Vegas, man. I'm with it.
Yeah, that Commissioner's Cup is very important. Very important for Knicks fans' psyche, and then very important for the team, right? Because if we win that cup, now I'm going in with the confidence of, oh yeah. They gotta go to the finals because. That, like, imagine Brunson holding up that trophy, and also it's just the allure of it, right? We want all eyes on us. I want the NBA to start respecting us, including the media, including the voters, right? That's very important. So I think that winning the Commissioner's Cup is extremely important. Also, winning the Commissioner's Cup will give me more confidence having OG and Mikal Bridges on the wings and understanding what Tibbs is doing with the New York Knicks, because you have to go on a winning streak. So that means that somewhere around November, the Knicks gonna have to rip off one of their patented, and they've done this every single season under Thibodeau. You gotta rip off one of your patented 9-game winning streaks.
That'll be nice. That'll be right on cue because you talked about it already. That first week we'll be at home, so I could see that happening. It's possible. And you said it also too, optics, man. We can't let teams like you said, the preseason counts, man. We gotta, if we do well in the preseason, that's all optics. And then if we win the Commissioner's Cup, that lets everybody know that, yeah, man, these Knicks are for real. And then just the confidence for the team too, that would do wonders, for the franchise.
Yeah, that's a fact. And now, we come back from the Commissioner's Cup. Hypothetically, I'm gonna just be extra positive here. Let's say we won that Commissioner's Cup. So now we coming back, we still on a win streak. Now you got Minnesota and New Orleans, right? Both away games. the fact that we got only 1 day rest is insane to me.
Yeah.
But throughout this whole time, I'm hoping that Thomas Thibodeau is adapting. He's adjusting. He's switching up lineups. And we get to the point where now we're facing Minnesota and we're facing New Orleans. Randall had 57 versus Minnesota in a loss. So how can Randall dog those guys again with even better talent around him? I got Randall going off in that game. I also have Mikal Bridges going for a career high on Friday, our first meeting with Brooklyn at home. So I think the Knicks will force feed Mikal Bridges during that game. I also think Randall will go off in the Philly game that we have on TNT, because Randall seems to always go off on TNT. Like it's never failed. So continuing, now we got Toronto again, and Toronto is coming home. RJ Barrett and Quickly. Shout out to the young boys.
Yeah, that's gonna be nice.
Yeah, that's gonna be nice, man. We're gonna be booing the hell out of them. Shout out to them, man. Hopefully they get punched in the face that game, man. I don't want them to win nothing. I don't want them beating the Knicks. To hell with them. They go to hell, right? So
for me, it's more Scotty Barnes. I can't stand Scotty Barnes more than all of them cats, man. RJ Barrett and Quickly is all good, but Scotty Barnes, he talks too much, man. For me, I want to punch that kid in the face. I don't want him to ever see the Knicks lose, man. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those things.
Shout out to Scotty Barnes, man. Great talent. That Toronto Raptors team it's a funny team, because that was the same team that was the COVID team that I wanted. Honestly, that was the team I wanted to tank for. So I got nothing but respect for them. But the Knicks are going to be better than them next season. They're the Knicks from 3 years ago. Like, oh, we about to do launching pad liftoff. I think Miami's going to take a step back in the standings this year. I think Toronto's going to jump them. I also like Charlotte this year too as well. But yeah. Miami, a Knick fan had an interesting analogy. Miami reminds me of if you ever played Resident Evil 3 or any Resident Evil where you got Nemesis or the other guy who keeps chasing you throughout the whole goddamn game and you can't kill him. Yeah. No matter how much you shoot him.
Yeah. Miami, you can't get rid of them cats, man. And who they be having on the roster? Like, right now, even the rookie that they picked up, Javier, whatever, that dude is like, where the hell he come from? So they always find a way to win, man. So you can't count them out though. But I like the analogy. That's a dope analogy.
I'm so sick of Miami, bro. They like water bugs, bro. They just so goddamn.
What? I'm more sick of the Miami fans, man, because they think that they're so smart, whatever. But they like the luckiest fan base in all the sports, in my opinion, man. But I mean, half of them half of them don't even remember that Dwayne Wade won a championship before LeBron. That's a damn shame.
Yo, shout out to the Miami fans. Charlotte don't have a shot against us. I'm higher on Charlotte than you, obviously, Dwayne. I really like what they're building. I'm trying to make sure, like this year, I'm trying to make sure I watch so much basketball and I drown myself in so much content that is just like I will know by the time we play them. But from what I've seen from them, especially in the summer league with the young boys, especially what they was going through the past couple of years, they needed what the Knicks needed, right? I'm just going to compare everything back to the New York Knicks. They needed a facelift. You got Steve Clifford there. He's stale as hell. He's like a bizarro Thomas Thibodeau without none of Thomas Thibodeau's attributes. Because Thomas Thibodeau, Thomas Thibodeau got acolytes. I call him the Tibbs Klux Klan.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
It's a group of them.
That's group of them. Problematic, brother. I think that's problematic.
No, it is so bad with them. Like the Tibbs Klux Klan, it is so bad with these, because these dudes, they'll talk about your family. They'll talk about your mother, your father, your sister, your brother. They don't care. They stand by Tibbs. Tibbs could piss on their face. They gonna stand by Tibbs.
Damn.
It is bad with that man. But Tibbs got the resume. Steve Clifford don't got that resume. They got a new coach. I like what the new coach is. I like what they're doing over there. They definitely don't have no bigs, but they do have a big. They got Mark Williams, and Mark Williams averaged a double-double last season in 28 minutes, and he averaged more than Mitchell Robinson. Shout out to Uncle Freezy giving me that information.
Yeah, they got Mark Williams. They also got the other kid too. What's his name? Nick Richards.
Nick Richards. Yep.
So
Who the Knicks targeting?
Yeah.
So shouts to Harlem CEO Jay Blum. If we have Vegas, I'm going. Shouts to Jay. Word Harlem got that trip climb.
You put that shit on Afterpay and shit, you know.
Damn, he said Acolytes, worst Star Wars series ever. Oh man, yo,
the Tibbs Klux Klan. What?
Yeah, man, I can't. Yeah, man. I'm telling you, man, they dangerous, yo. Like, listen, man, I nicknamed them that because it's personal with me. They brought up my pops, RIP Pop Dukes, and ever since that day, the Tibbs Klux Klan, I'm at war with these guys. It's a group of them. I'm at war with them. I'm a one-man army. I'm Dr. Doom out here.
What is it, the Twitter stuff?
Yeah.
I don't know how you guys do that shit, man. Because I mean, like sometimes, like I don't click on Twitter Space. Every once in a while, I might pop in. Let's say if Billy's doing something or whatever, I'll pop on, just listen. But a lot of the stuff has just been fighting, man. You know, like guys, everybody just fighting each other all the fucking time. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't know how guys could do that all the time, just constant fighting and stuff. Because I mean, you know, my thing is, you know, just to clump in the whole Morning Brew stuff, because they was fighting on Twitter Spaces too. So I mean, and also one time, what's not Stephanie, what's the young lady she's with Nick and Tom show now? She
Eb, you talk about Eb?
Yeah, Ebony. I keep forgetting Ebony's name, man. You know, Mad Nick fan Ebony. You know, she's dope. But I remember one time she was pressing somebody because somebody was like you know, talking about her moms and stuff. I'm like, damn, what are y'all doing, man? It's like, I mean, you know, for those that are on Twitter listening, man, you guys got to stop that shit, man. Because I mean, the thing is, this life is so like it's so random, bro. It's so random, and for all of us to find each other on the internet, bro, to find us on the internet, and we're talking about these Knicks, and these Knicks bring us together. You know, let's keep it a buck. If we really start opening up like the can of worms with the like politics and socialism or whatever you feel about whatever in life, you know what I'm saying, that would destroy things, man. But you know, these Knicks are the main thing that keeps us all together. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that like in this point in time in life, right, especially with the point where the Knicks are right now, like I don't think there's anything else that matters right now but this situation. You know, and it's the energy that we're putting forth on it, you know, and I think that energy that we built is what's powering the Knicks. You know, because it's not a coincidence that all of us are bossing up on this level. You're talking about social media, you want to talk about content creating and all that. It's not even that. It's just the fact that we all so together talking about the Knicks as like a big ball of energy. That I think that's what's been powering the Knicks. So these little sprinkles of negativity that pops in, you know, all the time, I think that's clouding. I think that's destroying it. I think that's destroying what we got going on here, man. So, you know, if I could say that to you guys, I just wish that you guys would stop it. You know, stop the unnecessary negativity towards each other. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of guys say, yo, if you got a problem with me, hit me in the DMs. My thing is, like, we were talking about basketball. Where could there be a problem? Where could there be a problem? You know? Like you've been to get-togethers. We all meet each other. Everybody can't stop laughing. We can't stop hugging each other. Motherfuckers kissing each other and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I think we need more and more of that. You know, more and more of that. You know, I remember. See, that's the thing with me. I'm ranting, State. You know, but you know, I'm old enough to, you know, I used to be part of a group called the UltimateKnicks.com. It's a message board. You know, they still function. You know, but in their peak, we got a group of guys together. We went to Toronto to watch a freaking a Knicks game. And we actually went to Montreal, but still we got together, we bought plane tickets and went to Montreal to watch a Knicks game. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it's all about. And you want to talk about, like, I was with an Indian guy, a freaking, you know, a white guy that's just like a psychiatrist, another guy, you know, half Asian, half you know, white dude and stuff like that. You know, they have their own political things and stuff that they have and anything. But when it comes together, when we get together, it don't matter. Everything is about the Knicks, and it could be so beautiful, man. You have so much fun.
I have fun. That's therapy for me when I scream at people. Like,
You know, but you know what I mean though. Like so, like when
yeah.
you get off, like it's all you guys are playing. You know, it's fun.
Oh, absolutely.
But when guys get little, to the left, like somebody posted a picture of your nephew and was saying a bunch of stuff, man. I mean, what the fuck is that, man? What is that?
Yo, is I think people like when you're miserable, you enjoy seeing other people miserable.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? After watching Godfather, none of that stuff bothers me. The 48 laws of power, like never say too much. Like, don't speak unless it's necessary. Like, the more you talk and the more you share that type of stuff, the more you look weak. And you see on the timeline, I don't go back and forth with these people, bro. They retweet me and they go back and forth with me. Listen, keep it going.
Mike Tyson once he said, like, like you don't like people. I don't know the quote right now, but he said something to the fact of like you don't really know what happens until somebody punches you in the mouth. You know what I'm saying? Then it's on. A lot of these guys never got punched in the mouth. And I hate for it to get to that point, where you're talking about stuff like that. Like you never been punched in the mouth. So if you got punched in the mouth, then you would know they will move a little bit different, but the internet age is a little, the internet age is a little different now, man. So it's kind of hard to navigate a little bit,
Oh man, shout out to Harlem CEO. What do y'all think Jericho Sims has to do this season? We definitely could get into a little conversation about Jericho Sims. Let me just, Dwayne, I got you right now. Let me just finish the month of December because we talked about Minnesota, New Orleans, and Toronto, right? Now you got San Antonio. I think we play San Antonio the day before Christmas.
It is Christmas, on Christmas.
Oh, Christmas Day. The NBA needs to go to hell, right? We play them 12 p.m. Early game. That's an early game, correct?
Yeah.
Victor Wembanyama, he's becoming a star. Obviously, they think San Antonio is going to be making the playoffs next season. I think it's going to be a great game. I like what the Spurs are doing over there. I like Devin Vassell. We should have drafted Devin Vassell over Obi Toppin, but that's a conversation for another time, right? They also got what's the other young boy? They got the young boy that's coming off the bench. Why I can't think of his name right now? Goddamn.
They got a few guys that
Stephen Castle. They got Stephen Castle as well. So they got a lot of players over there on the Spurs. So that's going to be a great matchup for the New York Knicks. I think the Knicks probably will lose, but that's years prior. Now this season, coming off an emotional away game, an emotional home game versus Toronto with RJ Barrett and them boys coming in the building. Maybe the Knicks is awake for Christmas Day, and maybe the Knicks, beat the hell out of San Antonio that day. So it's a wait and see, right? And now we got Orlando, Washington, and you got Washington back-to-back games in their home stadium, and
it's trash, man.
Yeah, they garbage.
Yeah. You're talking about tanking. Do you think like do you think the Knicks will make a trade at some point this season? Because I saw people talking about Valanciunas, bringing Valanciunas over here.
I got Mitchell Robinson. I don't need Valanciunas.
Yeah,
I trust. I'm going into the season like I'm gonna trust Mitchell Robinson. I think he's gonna hold up his end of the bargain. Maybe if it's one season, that one magical season, help us win a championship. Hey, the hell with it. But I'm not looking at him. I think Jericho Sims, and then that goes right into my next point because you asked about Valanciunas, and we got Washington back to back. Then we got Orlando. Jericho Sims, he's going to be a factor, in my opinion. What makes me think he's going to be a factor is because Deuce McBride. I'm just going off the history with Thomas Thibodeau. We drafted Jericho Sims a couple of years ago. Tibbs has started him sparingly in games during the past seasons, right? Tibbs started him last season when Mitchell Robinson was out. I believe there was a stretch where Mitchell Robinson and Jericho Sims was out at the same time, and Jericho Sims started. So obviously he got that trust, and he has that belief with, Jericho Sims. But how do you feel about Jericho Sims? Does he have a Deuce McBride type of leap where you'll only see it if you're a true Knicks fan and you're directly watching every game, because Deuce McBride numbers won't stand out to somebody who's a box score watcher, but that 40% from three will stand out. What you think Jericho Sims will bring to the season? Will he bring some type of shooting, some type of rebounding? I felt like he was a soft rebounder. I hated his rebounding. You're too athletic to be that soft of a rebounder. But how you feel about it?
It's not just athletics too, man. That guy's strong as a bull, bro. That dude is strong. One thing that I like about Jericho though is he be hurting cats. Like when he's down there, he just throws his body around, and you can't move him. So a lot of times he'll walk past somebody go, damn, like because he's just coming in there like a bull in the China shop type of thing, So I mean, one thing I mean, you see him with the jump shot. He's shooting with his left and his right hand. Like what the fuck, man? So like you see Mitchell Robinson shooting threes too. So you like these guys they train for all these different things. So how come it doesn't show up in the game? I just don't understand it. I just don't understand it. You look so smooth in the post. All these turnaround jump shots. I'm talking about Jericho Center, turnaround jump shots in the paint that he's working on. How come that doesn't translate into the games? It's like talking about lights. The lights are brighter when the game is on. I guess So I don't expect much from him, man. But like I was saying before, at this point in time, like I want the Knicks to be the point where they put anybody out there and everybody knows what to do. They just know their job and they execute their job. Whatever they need, that Tom Thibodeau has the team doing. No matter who gets in the game, I'm hoping that at this point that everybody gets in there. There's no development. The development is done. I don't want to hear nobody talk about, oh yeah, we need to develop this guy or get him confidence. Nah, man, those days are done. Like whoever comes out there, they have to produce. They have to produce. But my thing is, if these guys are not going to produce, they should not play. We're at that point now.
That's true. That's true. Shout outs to Sims, man. I think Sims is going to have a good effect on the New York Knicks. Honestly, like I really do.
His confidence is nice, man. You see him sitting in limousines and stuff like that with his legs spread out, like whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know what's going on with him, man. So maybe that's a sign that's showing that he's like, breaking out of his shell because he's a little goofy, a little weird.
Yeah, man. And shout outs for the question about Sims, Dwayne. Appreciate you, man. Shout outs to Harlem CEO. He's still in the building. Julian, Mitch got to play up the Wemby. Mitchell Robinson will have no issues with Wembanyama. I'm not worried about that matchup at all. I'm actually like begging for it. like honestly. Just to get a good gouge of Mitchell Robinson and his defense.
But that's what he brings to the table, though. Is like let's say like a team like Boston, he might not be so good, but he can lock up Wembanyama. So that's what he brings to the table. So I mean, he's definitely gonna be needed.
We got no time for development. It's championship or bust. You can still win a championship while developing. People can still get better. Jalen Brunson can still get better. Right, even though he came off a season 28-7, I think development stops at the age of 30. Like, whatever you like, everybody can't be LeBron, bro. Like, everybody can't be these generational talents, Durant and all of these guys. I think between the age of, matter of fact, development don't stop until the age of, I think about 32, 33, and then you start to decline heavily. For example, like a guy like LaMarcus Aldridge, he went off in his late 30s and scored 50 plus points. Like you have a chance to still produce and get better. I think it's your drive for the game. Like, do you love what you're doing?
Yeah, but when guys are talking about development, they're talking about like, we got maybe he can get a 3-point shot at this point. Like, nah, man, that's done. These guys. It's like it is what it is now at this point. It is what it is. You guys, you're not gonna be like, oh, Brunson's gonna develop I don't know, I'm gonna shoot it off his ass or something, next year, shoot it out his ass. It's not gonna happen, man. Guys are who they are, man. They just, you just have to just go with it at this point.
Nah, you're definitely right about that. Shout out to the New York Knicks. We're coming back, right? To January. Why the hell they have the New York Knicks playing on New Year's Day?
On New Year's Day?
Who the hell made this schedule, man? The fuck? What the?
And we play Detroit. We play Detroit on the road on New Year's Day. That sucks, man.
Yo, bro.
Who the fuck wants to be in Detroit on New Year's Day? That's like a setup. And in Miami, they're in Miami away on the 30th. No, I'm looking at the wrong day. So I'm back to December. So they play Washington. So they're at Washington, and then they go over to
They go to Utah.
Yeah, I'm looking at it all fucked up. Utah is the who we play, right?
Yeah, man. They go to Utah. They in Utah New Year's Day.
That's even worse.
What the fuck, man?
Forget Salt Lake City.
What the fuck is this schedule?
Jesus
Oh my
Christ.
God, Jesus Christ! Utah, OKC, back to back. You got OKC and then you got Chicago. Yo, they really trying to do us in this year, huh? So you want the Knicks have a 1-day break, go play OKC at 8 p.m. and then you want them to fly out to Chicago and play Chicago at 8 p.m. Yo, okay.
On a back-to-back, that's bugged, man.
On a back-to-back, and then we get another 1-day break. And you got to play Orlando at 7:30. And then you give us Toronto, OKC, then Milwaukee, and then Detroit.
Back-to-back.
Luckily, all of these are home games.
Yeah.
I think the Knicks are going to be a tough out at home next season. I think the Knicks, out of all of these home games, I think the only possible home game they will lose, the two possible home games that they will lose, in my opinion, I believe they'll lose to Detroit on a Monday after you face Milwaukee on a Sunday at home. Like come on, who made
It's a
this
trap game, yeah, right?
Trap game, super trap game. And then I think they will lose at home Saturday, 7:30, Sacramento Kings.
Okay. That's too much time off. 3 days in there.
Yeah, 3 days. You got to lay off, and then they probably having fun. They with their groupies and all of that. They getting PC. So
they groupies, man.
Yeah, man. You know how they do, man. They pay
That's
them
like
off
the
good.
the Knicks, man. We got a family-oriented team,
Family.
Yeah, everybody's pretty much locked in with they women and stuff. Then they
pay them off, man. They pay off the side joints, man. The side joints they don't
the
say
main
nothing.
chicks are the side ones, or are you talking about?
No, I'm talking about the side joints.
Oh my God.
They Knick players. Each one of them got 10 side joints. They got 2 that they pay off their mortgage for the whole year. They just quiet. They won't gas me.
And then when they Derek Jeter, Derek Jeter, he probably opened up a bank just for that. You know what I'm saying? Because Derek Jeter done been with so many like famous celebrities, and God knows how many like randoms that he's been through, whatever. And you have never ever once heard anybody say anything bad about Derek Jeter.
He paid him off, man, handsomely.
Yeah.
But that Sacramento Saturday game and two more trap games I'm thinking of. That Memphis game on Monday at 7:30 and that Toronto game in the middle of the week. Because I think every game between us and Toronto is going to be a war battle. I think that's going to be a battle.
Yeah.
Because RJ and Quickly and them boys, they're going to want to go at us. So, hopefully we could go at them. And I don't think the Knicks will make a trade at this time, Eru.
Yeah.
So I think when they'll make a trade is right before the trade deadline, because now looking at the end of January, we got Philly, Minnesota, you got Atlanta, Brooklyn, you got Sacramento. We play Sacramento actually on my birthday. That's cool. Right on a Saturday. And then we got Memphis, and then we got Denver, right? We got Brooklyn as an away game, which is basically a home game. So basically we have all home games in January. We only have 3 away games officially, in my opinion.
If you count Philly, because Philly ain't shit, man. They don't hold down they don't hold down their home court, man. So
oh man, the hell with Philly, man. Philly go to hell, man.
Yo, shout out to Memphis, man. I think this guy John Morant, that's his first time in New York since he's been out. And so I think he's gonna try to drop 80 in that game, man. What do you think?
OG and Anunoby.
Mikal Bridges, I got you. Mitchell Robinson. I think Mitchell Robinson will play well against a team like
Mitch.
Minnesota too.
Remember he kept trying Mitch a couple years ago. Mitch kept meeting him at the rim, like, yo, bro, please stop. Like,
Yeah, John Morant got to stop that shit, man. There's no reason for him to be jumping all his strength like that to dunk that. We've seen it happen so many different times. Talking about Westbrook and Derek, Derek Rose. Those guys jumping way too high for somebody to be so small, man. So you gotta take it down a notch, man. I mean, you don't have to boom it on everybody every single time,
Yeah, he be trying to. Ja always trying to go for the highlight.
Yeah.
He'll learn though. As he get older, he'll learn. Like, maybe I don't need to do the highlight a film every single goddamn time. Shout outs to Ja Morant. Then we got the beautiful month of February. To end January, we got a game versus Denver. I think that's going to be a great test. Sacramento, Memphis, and Denver. Basically a home stand versus Western Conference teams.
Beautiful. It doesn't finish though, because the next month you see the Lakers in Houston too. So
yeah, so we got 5 straight home games. That's beautiful to see. Then we got another war battle with Toronto
on a back-to-back, another trap game.
Yeah, back-to-back. Yo, they got mad trap games with Toronto. What's up, yo? They trying to
set up.
Yo, what's up?
Yeah, like you said, in January, that middle game there, that definitely looks like a game, that we probably could give up. And then on a back-to-back after Houston, after we finish playing at home, then we playing at home. Now we got to jump on the freaking plane and go up to Canada, which they always give the Knicks a problem when it comes to customs and stuff like that. So, I mean, that's another trap game. You're right. And then 3 days off, and then we play Boston.
Yo, come on.
And then 2 days off, we play Indiana and Atlanta back-to-back before the All-Star break, man. That's bullshit, man.
Yeah, that's BS, man. That's absolute pure garbage, man. Yeah. Absolute pure garbage. But how do you feel about the start of February? Because oh my God, all I see is trap games in February. February
after the All-Star break.
So after the All-Star break, we got Chicago, Cleveland on a back-to-back. We're home versus Chicago. Then we got to fly up to boring Cleveland. Then you got Boston. Then you got at 1 p.m. Oh, trap game. Then you got a 2-day layoff, and then you play Philly at home, and then you got to fly over to Memphis on a 1-day off layover. Sheesh.
Yeah, and that's Black History Month too, man. So what they doing to us right now, man?
Oh man, they trying to get us, man. They trying to get us, man. How you feel about the schedule so far before we get into those final crucial months? The schedule so far.
Not for nothing. This is the first time I really looked at it like this, man. So I'm kind of glad we doing this, man, because all it is doing is like it's making my mouth water, man. I'm thinking about the games now. I'm thinking about who they have on the roster. I'm thinking about how we match up against certain teams, and then just playing out the climates and what we think is going to happen, the trap games and all the energies and stuff that's out there. I think it's just proof, man, that this season is going to be out of control, man. Like January. I think right after Christmas, January, I think I might have to get a second job or something, or I might have to start donating blood or something, man, because I'm probably going to go to a lot of those games. I'm looking at Memphis. There's quite a few games there, man, that I'm looking at.
Yeah, it's a lot of games. It's a lot of games that the Knicks going to be having this season. I'm definitely going to have a lot of days off, so I'm going to be attending a lot of these games, or I'm going to be going downtown to the bar, go to a nice bar. Got a lot of Knicks fans that be in the bars down there, especially in Blarney's and other places. So
yeah,
the Knicks gonna be on fire.
Yeah, historic. It's gonna be a historic year. I don't think it's been this. I don't think it's gonna be this crazy. I don't think it's been this crazy since they won a championship. I want to say.
Nope.
Last year was fun, but I think this year is gonna be totally crazy this year.
Yeah, bonkers, because everybody got huge expectations.
Yeah,
right. You got a great roster. You got good players around you. So, and then looking at the schedule, the Knicks win. If they win 50 games this year, that is an amazing feat, because the East is so tough. There is no gimme games on this schedule. Like, I'm not looking at Detroit as a gimme game no more. Atlanta, they're going to be a little problem. Like, I'm not going to sleep on Atlanta, right? There's certain people that I'm just not going to sleep on.
want to talk about matchups, like matchup problems and stuff too. Atlanta, they might give us a little matchup problem because most of those guys are basically the same height, so they
Yep.
can switch on us and stuff, that
Yep.
type of thing.
Yep. So shout outs to Atlanta. Then we go to the dreaded final 2 months.
Yeah, March is
Oh my fuck! Oh my goodness! I didn't even. Oh my god!
Yeah, March is tough.
March is. Oh god! March is super tough. March. Shout out to the NBA, man. You start off away versus Miami,
Wow.
and your game is at 6 p.m. Who the hell made this schedule?
I don't know.
What the hell? Then you got Golden State at home. So you flying from Miami, you coming back to New York. Then you flying out.
That's a West Coast trip.
West Coast trip. Lakers, Clippers, Sacramento, Portland, Golden State. Then you gotta fly right back to New York and play Miami at home at a 7:30 on a Monday in the middle of March.
Yeah.
Then you got San Antonio, you got Charlotte, right? So you gotta fly from San Antonio all the way to Charlotte. Is both away games. This schedule sucks in March, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Washington on a Saturday, 8 p.m. You want to go clubbing. You got 2 days off, right? On the 23rd and 24th. Then you come back. So mind you, they gave us a little out in March. So the end of March, the Knicks just got to survive until March 21st. And
yeah,
then
but they're gonna need that though. That little home stand with the 2 days off, they really gonna need that because like you're saying with the layovers, you want to talk about flying from Golden State to Miami. That's cross country. Then you got to go cross country from Miami to San Antonio, and then then you said from San Antonio to Charlotte. That's cross country too. So you got all these cross country flights. That's problematic, man.
Yeah, sheesh. Yeah, that's beast, man. Nobody ain't got time for that, bro.
Yeah.
This March schedule is monstrous, man. Let me show some love to the chat, man. Shout out to the 219 people that's listening on here. I got 140 some listening on Twitter as well, man. I really appreciate you guys who's tuning in right now. All of you guys, man, you wonderful Knicks fans, man. Without y'all, there'd be no us, I believe. In my opinion, I believe fans is the guys, especially the people that you probably never see a day in your life. Those guys are very supportive, man. Appreciate you guys so much, man.
Big part of the show, man. A lot of talking points and just being its support is just amazing. Yeah,
that's a fact, man. Shout out to Dwayne. What do y'all see Dante DiVincenzo now coming off the bench is going to do? I hope he's Vinnie Johnson again. I mean, Vinnie Johnson helped win championships.
Yeah.
Dante DiVincenzo just came off a season where he effectively broke the Knicks 3-point record, something that I've wanted him to do because I hated Evan Fournier. Evan Fournier stinks. I never liked Evan Fournier. I never want to see Evan Fournier in the Knicks jersey ever again. There was Knicks fans who tried to come at me for Evan Fournier, but shout out to Evan Fournier, man. He just wasn't good here. Dante DiVincenzo is going to be great off the bench. I think he's going to average about 15 points off the bench. I think he's going to make more than 200 threes coming off the bench. The Knicks, Thomas Thibodeau, you're going to have to play him. Use them. That's what you're going to have to do. You use these people, and I think everything work itself out when you use these guys properly, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God, March is so beastly.
Yeah.
Then you got Washington at home, you got Dallas at home, you got the LA Clippers at home, you got Milwaukee away, then you got Portland. Appreciate you, Dwayne, once again. Jermaine, that's not the role for a center in this offense. Well, Thibodeau gonna have to make sure he try to put that role for that center in this offense. I don't want to see a playoff game where Mitchell Robinson just only shoots the ball twice. That's the type of stuff that I don't want to see.
When was the last time Mitch Robinson shot the ball? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, dunk the ball about 4 or 5 times. Like I want to see more shot attempts than just 2. I want to see him
Yeah.
get some type of run on the offense.
Yeah, but do you with the firepower that we have, do you think Mitchell Robinson gets any opportunities? Because we got to run stuff for Mikal, we got to run stuff for Julius Brunson. You got DiVincenzo also. You got OG, you got a bunch of guys. So Mitchell Robinson got to take a number.
It depends. Yo, man, I'm gonna leave it up to God, Eru. that's real talk, man.
But Jermaine brings up a point though. So that's not the role for the center or whatever. So I mean, that poses a question, because that's why we brought up Valanciunas and stuff like that, because people are still questioning, how could we get better? The only place that we possibly could get better is a center, and we've been talking about the center all summer. We need a backup center. We need a backup center. You know what I'm saying? So that there is a question mark that we have to address as far as the centers or whatever. So how does he fit really with what's happening, or what would this group really need? They kind of need somebody that can probably stretch the floor a little bit better. Maybe somebody that has a little bit of a pulse on basically Hartenstein. Not for nothing, basically Hartenstein, but we had to give him up. So it's hard, man, because all of the good center prospects are taken basically. So if you're going to get somebody that's going to be basically an unknown person, that's all we have to go for, unless we trade for somebody. So what is that player that people are thinking about? It's on the tip of everybody's tongue, but we just really can't figure it out. We just really probably just gonna have to see these guys play, to see what's really missing.
Agreed. I asked Knick fans the other day, forget about Jalen Brunson, Mikal Bridges, and OG Anunoby. The 4 and the 5 position is the 2 main positions that might be traded if the Knicks gonna make an upgrade. With that said, who is that said player that would fit perfectly in the starting lineup? And then I heard a few names. I don't want Karl-Anthony Towns.
It's on the tip of my tongue. Remember we talked about that a little bit. Like, once you really think about it, Karl-Anthony Towns fits perfect, because we already know that we could play OG and what's the name together, OG and Josh Hart together. So that cleans up. Now we got Mikal Bridges. You could play him at the 3. You know what I'm saying? So we basically have the forwards position covered, especially with Precious here. You know what I'm saying? So, how can we make that team better? And get a center in here that can shoot the 3. They can also finish on the inside. They can pass the ball. It changes his voice every time he makes a interview. He changes his voice and stuff like that. So I mean, I can't do it just for that reason alone, man. I can't have him in it, doing the interview. Hi guys, yeah, Karl-Anthony Towns. Oh my God, I had such a great game last night. Oh my God, that I can't deal with.
I don't want Cat. I'm good on Cat. I know there is a name that I do see that fits with the Knicks. That's Jaren Jackson Jr. He's just historically a horrific rebounder. He can't rebound if his life depended on it. So it would be like a Randall for Jaren Jackson Jr. And then you still keep Mitchell Robinson in the hopes that he stay healthy, or you find yourself another big bruising center to fill in that role. But for me, it's like Jaren Jackson Jr. He fits to a T. To what I would like to see, in a perfect world, next to Mikal and Brunson and OG Anunoby, is Jaren Jackson Jr. That power forward position, that guy who, could block shots and space the floor at the same time and does not need the basketball in his hands. So
he moves really good too. Young guy. He has history too. I think his dad still is like a scout for us or something like that. I think Jaren Jackson, if I'm not mistaken, or he was, part of the Knicks organization in some kind of way.
No, I think he's in baseball. Man, he's something.
Jaren Jackson.
Yeah, I don't know these things, man. I forgot.
Jaren Jackson. Sprewell dunked on him. When the Knicks played San Antonio in the playoffs that year.
Oh, his pops.
Yeah, Jaren Jackson. Sprewell banged it on him, man, on a fast break, caught it, cocked it back here, bam, banged it right on his ass.
Shout out to Spree, man. Shout out to Spree. What up, E? Just getting in. Shout outs to Dollar Music. I can't with Cat. He sound like Mickey Mouse. Yeah, I'm good on Cat. I'm strongly with that.
He sounds like a very zesty Mickey Mouse.
Oh my God.
Carl Anthony Towns is weird, bro. That's a weird dude. Isn't it? You know, for nothing, like I hate because I mean, then it makes me seem like the old guy, like, oh man, this generation, you know what I'm saying? Like, get off my lawn type of thing. But there's a lot of zesty cats out there, man. It's just, it's weird, man. It's a different world, different world right now.
Get off my lawn. Get off my damn lawn. Oh man. Nick Richards would be a perfect fit for us. I agree with that, but I think that ship has sailed already, bro, to be honest with you. This March schedule looks like it looks like a final boss you can't beat in Mortal Kombat. So you got to keep present. You got to keep switching your character. Like you can't beat Shao Kahn. Like why would they do this to us? You give us a back-to-back home games versus Dallas and LA Clippers. Then we got to fly to Milwaukee, and then we got to come back home and verse Portland. Portland is a trap game. They might be tanking. Who knows? The Cooper Flag sweepstakes. We'll know who's in the Cooper Flag sweepstakes by the first week of the NBA season. See, the good thing about this year is these next couple of drafts, these next like 2 to 3 drafts is going to be insanely deep. So you're going to be able to probably acquire a player that's going to be drafted in the late first round who eventually comes a superstar probably in like 7 to 8 years. Mad players have done it. So like Chris Middleton, you got Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, man, you got Giannis. A lot of these unknown players, Jimmy Butler, right? Of Jalen Brunson, top 10 second round pick of all time, in my opinion. Jerome Kersey's on there, Brunson's on there. Dennis Rodman is on there. Draymond Green is on there. Jokic is on there.
When you mentioned those names, a lot of those guys have some time in between. So, it's like you're saying, like it's due for like somebody else to come up, some more guys to come up in the ranks, man. So I'm happy for it because it's better for the league. But Portland would be a good spot for Cooper Flag, I think, man. Him being up there, the Pacific Northwest over there in Portland, nice and smooth. I think that'd be a good spot for him.
Cooper Flag will be in Brooklyn.
You think he'll be in Brooklyn?
Cooper Flag will be in Brooklyn, bro.
That'll be tough.
I promise you that. And the reason why, Adam Silver's a smooth devil. He does that I really like during the lottery.
What?
Once you get the first overall pick, you're gonna drop back in every single draft lottery you're in until you're out the lottery. So you notice Pistons got the number 1 overall pick. What's been happening to them? Right?
Yeah.
So once you get that number 1 overall pick, you see they have it to the Spurs again to this year. I'm gonna give you the number 1 overall pick, homie. But I ain't giving you that number 1 overall pick no more. Atlanta threw them a bone this year. Right. And I think he threw them the bone because he said, all right, you know what? Let me make sure the lottery, nobody would never try to tank again. Right. so he gave Atlanta the pick. But I think Cooper Flag is destined for Brooklyn. I think he will be in Brooklyn, bro.
Yeah,
for sure.
Atlanta needs to be good too in this day and age because the way social media is, I feel like every black influencer is in freaking Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? So you need Atlanta to be dope. You know what I'm saying? So it could be that could be the thing. Back in the days, like the Ewing draft, they talk about the frozen envelope. They put Ewing in New York because the Knicks needed somebody. After having Bernard King and whatever, they needed Ewing over there. So the NBA does what they do to make things happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they definitely do.
Bird and Magic end up in the Lakers and the Celtics. Come on, get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? How did that happen?
Yeah. Tell us more. Oh God. That's a tough stretch though in March. And then finally we got April. Shout out to the 260 people that's watching live right now on my end. Shout out to the 150 plus, 40 plus who's watching on Twitter, man. I really appreciate you guys. You guys are the fucking best, man. I promise y'all is so great. Mike, would you do Randall 4-year, $150 million deal starting next summer? I think I would.
I got to get the calculator out, man.
Yeah.
150 divided by 4.
I would do 4. So I would do
That's not
that.
bad.
That's not bad. I would do a 4-year 160 because I'm feeling a little generous. As long as he don't want 4 years, $181 million. You know, long as he don't want 4 year, $181 million, I'm straight.
You feeling generous, man?
Yeah, I'm feeling a little generous.
But I was gonna say something, but you are pretty generous, man. Like, shout out to the merch you've been giving out to everybody, man. I don't like to accept merch, man, but I don't like to accept gifts, period, man, because I just got this thing. I want to support you. I feel weird when somebody wants to do something back. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to what you've been doing as far as giving out merch and stuff. I think that's dope. That's a good thing.
Nah, some people buy. I only really give free merch to females. I'm being dead honest with you. I don't care about men. I don't care. Like, but since the sneakers and stuff, I'm trying to expand that, and I'm really been sending those out. I've been trying to really like get those out, but I'll be sending like female stuff. Like men, nah. But most of them like they pay.
Wait, you want your Derek Jeter? That's what you're doing?
Me, nah, I know.
No. I only give it to females, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, all right. State got some he got groupies and stuff now, man. He got a little hush money here and there.
He got to pay them off, man. So they stay off my back on Twitter.
Yeah.
All right. They'll defend me when I'm saying something stupid. That's how it goes. I definitely would pay Randall that though. Your impersonation of Cat is diabolical. Not Cat really do sound like that though.
Zesty, bro. Crazy. You know what's funny too? Like girls always tell you what's up. Because remember that girl, I don't know if he's still with her, but he was with some like influencer or something, whatever, so. But like they would have interviews and he's like talking or whatever, and he's like, what is that? Like, oh my God, like that talking. And then she just kind of just like, she just got that body language. I'm like, yo, man, this guy, somebody, he needs like his dad or big brother or somebody to put him on. Yo, man, I hope you're not paying. I hope you're not, hope you got a block on that debit card that you gave her. You know what I'm saying? Because this shit don't look right to me. You
talking about LTK?
Yeah, I think that's the name.
Yeah, shout out to Charlotte, man. They do good work, but I don't want to work with people like that. Like, I don't want to like you too company managed for me. Like I ain't got time for that, man. I'm not trying to like. I want the Knicks to come to me because I'm being myself. If I'm not being myself, it's not going to work.
That's how I feel about it too, man.
On
my channel, I say a lot of wild stuff, man. Whoever pops in and supports the channel, you know what I'm saying? They know what it is when they tune into to Die Hard Knicks podcast, man. So, what's interesting about you though, man? Like you have like two different shows. You have like your Twitter Spaces. You be on some. It's like you just finished going. You like sniffed a whole freaking brick of cocaine before you get on the Twitter Spaces, but then you come on here and it's like you got your like chamomile tea and you're chilling. You got your sexy Billy D voice on and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, because it's still August. This not October where I can scream at you and say, yo, Eru, man, why did we lose to Charlotte by 20? And Mikal Bridges went 1 for 10. Like I can't.
Gotta snatch that out, man. Get that out the universe, man. Snatch it out of me. Hopefully, we don't have too many of those games this year, man. Hopefully not.
Nah, that's a fact. That's why today I specifically chose this comic book, Civil War. I always choose a different comic book each live stream. That comic book, like it's like my outside emotions. So why did I pick Civil War? If you read comic books, Civil War, Iron Man, aka Tony Stark, he wanted to have everybody under the law who was a superhero. Captain America said, "Go to hell, go F yourself." That's how Civil War basically started.
Yeah.
But like the movie though, unlike the movie in the book, it was a guy. He actually blew himself up and he killed a lot of people. But in the movie, you seen T'Challa. It was his pops. So shout out to Marvel. Marvel. Did you watch Deadpool 3, by the way?
Yo, man, I can't wait to watch it again. I thought that was a lot of fun. I thought, man, a lot of fun.
What you liked about it? Because it was one dude. He said, "Oh, I don't like it because it's too much. It's too much funny going on." I'm like, "Yo, bro, that's Deadpool, bro."
Yeah, I mean, like that's the whole point of the whole thing. You know, the whole Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds was born to play Deadpool. By the way, man, he's because every movie that he's ever done, he's been playing Deadpool this whole time. You know what I'm saying? So. Yeah, but I thought it was dope, man. The best thing about it was basically him, the ad libs, the giving the fan service and stuff like that. I thought the whole thing was dope. And then too, they managed to tell a story too. They was telling a story throughout the whole mix too. So, and all the cameos made sense. Nothing didn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? So I thought it was dope, man.
No, definitely. Like I really enjoyed the movie, man. Marvel on the up and up. X-Men 97 is great.
Yeah.
Spider-Verse 2 was great. They just got to keep it going. How you feel about Robert Downey Jr. being Dr. Doom?
At first, I was pissed, man, because I feel like as a comic book fan, right? Dr. Doom is like, you want to talk about like out of all the villains, he's on the Mount Rushmore.
He's Mount Rushmore. Yeah,
I want to say of all, just you talking about DC,
any comic, he's Mount Rushmore. Yeah, period.
Yeah, no doubt. You know what I'm saying? So like you want somebody that's gonna have like a presence, or somebody that's gonna say, because he used to say like a lot of wild, smart shit. Like it's like, oh, you stupid mortals and that type of thing. He's like on it like that. So I don't know if Robert Downey Jr. could really do that, but I mean, these guys are actors, man. Robert Downey Jr. played a black man, for Tropical Thunder. You know what I'm saying? So if he could do that, he killed it. That dude, he could do Dr. Doom. So I'm with it. But one thing I'm over though, I'm over the multiverse shit, man. So I don't want him to be like, you look like Tony Stark's. I am not Tony Stark's though. Okay, I just don't want to have to go through that. You know what I'm saying? So. Yeah, that's the only thing I like about it.
Bring on the X-Men, man. It's well-rounded, well-grounded. I was watching X-Men 3, the Dark Phoenix, where she killed Professor Xavier in the crib. She killed him in the house. Great movie, by the way. Great movie, by the way. Get back to that. Yeah. Stop the gimmicky laughing, hee ha ha. I want to see somebody get punched in their mouth. Deadpool 3 was perfect.
Yeah. You got everything that you want. The fan service was dope too, man. So they did a great job, man. He did. Somebody Julian just mentioned Deadpool. I'm not Deadpool, Blade. He brought Blade back into the thing. So now it's to the point where they scrapped the new Blade, so they might actually just go ahead and just let Wesley Snipes play him.
Nah, he too old. You got to give me a new Blade, like. Blade, no, what you have to do is give him a proper send-off, like Logan. You gotta put him in a movie where he probably got his daughter, you probably got another Blade from another multiverse. You got to do something, but he's too old.
Well, I think it works though because the ensemble, what you talk about the Midnight Suns. They could just go right into the Midnight Suns because we don't need a Blade film where he's establishing stuff because we already know what Blade could do. He did 3 movies. And you already established him now as that's canon, so just go with that. Just say Blade is Blade. He's been doing this shit for a minute, and then now there's a bigger threat, and now you need to get some other guys together, and they already established some characters. So just put those guys in the movie and let's get it over with already. And then after this is over, then I'm bringing Mahershala Ali or whoever they want to bring in.
I just felt like he was just too old. Me personally, I just felt like he was just too old. Yeah. If he was like 10 years younger, 15 years younger, I'd give it a go.
But all these guys are old, man. You were talking about Robert Downey Jr., all these guys are
he in his 60s?
Yeah, he's been around for a minute, man.
God damn.
Even Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds is not young.
He's like in his late 40s.
Yeah, pushing 50. You're talking about Hugh Jackman. Hugh Jackman is old as hell too,
They're going, wow. Appreciate these guys now. Yeah. Right. Yeah, we got to appreciate a lot of the stuff that's going on right now. Like these past, like, I'm so glad like I was born in the 90s and I got a chance to like see like multiple eras of certain things. I got
Yeah.
to see the hip hop era, the golden era, in my opinion, the golden era, 2000 to 2010, where literally every single year a classic album came out between 2000 and 2010. The era, you know, catastrophic devastations happened, right? I remember Hurricane Katrina. I was 15. The goddamn levees broke. I remember Lil Wayne coming up. He mixtape after mixtape after mixtape after mixtape. You got George Bush, right? This guy, that crazy lunatic. I remember being in college and what's this guy named Obama first got elected, and in college, everybody's going crazy. So like the growth I've seen like within the past like 20, 25 years, it's crazy. Like even with the New York Knicks, like it's everything is just growing. So the culture is we getting it back. We finally got the culture back.
Well, you know, I got 10 years on you. I think I got 11 years on you actually. But you know, so I mean, just add that to it. You know, add everything that you said, and then add the 10 years that I have on you, man. Because I was there. I remember when there was no Run DMC. I remember when there was no KRS-One. I remember when there was no Eric B. Rakim. You know, I remember being on the blocking and like, you know, the local radio stations, Kiss FM, and they pulling up in the trucks and starting the block party. You know what I'm saying? I remember stuff like that. I remember breakdancing in the street with my cousins and stuff, man. So, you know, there's a whole lot of
Wait,
things.
hold on, you was breakdancing?
Yeah, man. Like, do the math. I was a little I was a young cat, you know.
You got a picture?
Yeah, I got pictures and stuff with my cousins, you know. You know, my Puerto Rican cousins, you know, on my Puerto Rican side, they used to break dance and stuff. They also were stick up kids too on the low. So I mean, so they used to do a lot of stuff. So there are pictures out there with Eru with the freaking, you know, doing that stuff as a youngster. You know what I'm saying?
That's fire, man. That's real hip hop right there, yo. That's stupid fire.
Yeah. Also with the Knicks too, man. You know, like I just remember a lot of stuff with the Knicks. You know, that's why a lot of times I don't get so upset because I feel like things have happened already. Things have happened similar to what's happening. So I kind of already been through it. Like if you want to talk about playoff situations, back in the days when we was playing against Indiana and Chicago and all those teams, you know, I was in high school. You know, I was in high school and then like in my early 20s. So you want to talk about, you know, going crazy, you know what I'm saying, during that time. So I already know what it's like to like lose my temper or want to physically fight somebody over the Knicks. So I've been through that already, you know what I'm saying? So now that I'm older and I see people doing it now, you know, it's just like I just feel like that's why I gave that speech earlier, is because you know I've been through it already, so I know what that entails, you know what I'm saying? So I just want that, I don't want people to miss it. You feel me? I don't want people to get so caught up in the nonsense that they miss what's happening. They miss the whole ride, you know?
No, that's a fact. 1986 to 1998 hip hop for me. Listen, I ain't that old. Listen,
Yeah, 86 to 98. I think that's the golden era there.
I don't a lot of classic albums though between that in that era, but 1999 to 2010. In 1999, there's at least 6 golden albums that came out that year along with DMX.
Yeah, but a lot of those albums that came out, you know, those same guys put out albums before that. Classic albums, same way. You know, you want to talk about Lil Wayne with the mixtapes. Lil Wayne came out during this 86, 1998 era. You know?
Yeah, I know. When you do your homework, these dudes, a lot of these people have been out for like 30 plus years. You just didn't discover them until they was like 8-10 years into what they was doing already. And they built up a nice little catalog.
Nah, man. See, that's what I'm saying. You really don't like you just have to be there. Cause like, could you imagine like living in a world with no internet? You know how things would pop off without internet. So it was crazy.
Wow.
Like nowadays the kids are inside all the time with the tablets and stuff, you know, and they be online doing what they do. You know, even this shit, you know, who's thought about us sitting in front of a camera talking shit on the internet? You know what I'm saying? Nobody would ever think of we be doing shit like that. But back then we literally used to be outside. I know that's the joke, you know, but we literally used to be outside because that's how you knew what was happening. You had to be outside. You know, like I remember stuff like I remember when Biggie died. You know, I was outside. I remember being outside and watching his the funeral, the what do you call it? The hearse going through Bed-Stuy. I was on the freaking block. I was out there. You know what I'm saying? So I just so much things, man. We from that era. It's just different, man. That's you got like when people say, "Oh, you old head," this, that, and the other. You know what I'm saying? You kind of got to respect where people come from, the era that they came from. Because everybody does things different in their own era. You know what I'm saying? So people now do things the way that they do it, but we did it a different way too, man. And it was amazing during that time.
It definitely was, man. Shouts to the 90s, man. The 90s created a lot of this culture.
Yeah, I want to mention too, like you talking about culture, like the backpackers. Now it's a joke. Oh, the backpack rappers, all this and the other. But at the time, backpack rappers were the gangsters because they had backpacks. What the fuck you think is in the backpack? You know what I'm saying? They weren't. It wasn't homework. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't schoolwork. What you think was in the backpack? The work was in the backpack. Or the freaking the guy that has the gun is the one with the backpack. You know what I'm saying? So. I just remember being at West 4th Street. You know what I'm saying? They used to be ciphers. People used to be rapping in the street. Let's say back in the days, you see movies where people were singing doo-wop in the streets. Literally, you could catch a cipher on the train, going to work on the train, and there's just a bunch of guys rapping on the train. That's how it used to be.
Yeah, that's fire. That's fire, man. That's fire. That's real culture right there.
You want to talk about golden era? That's what I'm trying to say. You want to talk about golden era? Motherfuckers used to be on the street corners, literally battling each other instead.
Yeah, that's fire, man. That's where a lot of legendary rappers came up off of, man. Corners, man.
Yeah, you want to talk about Kweli and Mos Def and those guys? Some other guys too. They used to be right there, Westport and what do you call Washington Square Park by the fountain. That was a big spot right there where everybody used to come through there. You had to come with your peoples too, because like I said, the backpack rappers was the ones with the freaking guns in their bag and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's box cutter era too, man. So, it is what it is, man.
Your man come with the little pocket rocket. He gonna teach you something.
Fucking there ain't nothing like. Like you got to be older to really get it, man. Some people still rock with those box cutters, but ain't nothing like hearing that box cutter click open, man. Click, 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 click.
Oh,
yeah, ain't nothing like that, man. Once you hear that shit, it's like, oh shit, what's up? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, chill, bro. Yo, shout out to my guy on Dias and my K-Man. Salute. Like and subscribe to both of our channels. Me and Eru, we put a lot of work into this Knicks content thing, man. We just trying to do this for the love, man.
On Dios is doing a good job too, man. With the
hell yeah.
Stuff. Yeah,
he's a beast.
Yeah.
He's a beast. Listen, man, a lot of people don't understand like this, like the Knicks content stuff. Like a lot of people don't understand. Like, we lose a lot of sleep sometimes. Like, and like it'll be days where like today is Knicks home opener. It got announced.
Right.
I had to make sure I run a live stream today. like you had to.
Yeah.
Like, how can you not?
Right.
It's the one-time thing. You do it 2 days from now, the allure is not there, right? You got to always be on point. So,
And then it's not easy too. Like I was talking about earlier with the whole I keep mentioning the whole Morning Brew stuff. That fuck with me mentally. You know what I'm saying? Like for real, because we're not getting paid for this shit. You know what I'm saying? And we're doing this shit out of love. So when you lose that, it kind of fucked me up. It's like, and I'm glad that today, like 2 weeks, it's been 2 weeks since I did a pod, and it's just poetic that I'm back with my brother here, doing a pod together. You know what I'm saying? So, that's what it is, man. The brotherhood of these Knicks, man. We have to cherish these moments, man, because it's like this little point in time. You're talking about golden era hip hop. This is the golden era of the Knicks fan. When some asshole is gonna write a book 10 years from now and whatever, and they're gonna be writing about you and all this other shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't sleep on the moment. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, they'll pass you by.
That's a fact. That's why you gotta take everything in, pause, and you gotta make sure like you give it your best. Because tomorrow is never promised, man.
Yeah,
tomorrow,
remember, man.
That's a fact, man. Shouts to Mbelly, Raptors fan, want to be a Knicks fan. He's cosplaying as a Knicks fan. Shouts to my God. They still down there in West 4th, so that's cool. West 4th, a legendary playground. That's what's my next Substack gonna be about. I'm gonna write about New York legendary playgrounds. I think a lot of people don't know about the legendary playgrounds, yo.
Yo, New York City, I say this, you know, I guess somebody can steal it. Maybe you can steal it. You know, New York City is the land of 1,000 playgrounds, man. If you want to play some ball, you could play ball anywhere in New York City. Anywhere. There's parks all over the place, man. And what's a shame now is that a lot of them are empty now, like compared to back in the days. And like you could walk. Like I used to do that. I used to work where you work at. I used to work at, you know, the hospital or whatever, NYU Medical Center. And I used to walk south. You know what I'm saying? And I used to just walk past parks and whatever, and then I wouldn't have to walk too far. Or even the best park that I used to catch a lot of runs, especially international run, is right over there by the freaking tunnel. Right there on 30, what is it? 35th Street, right there, right by the entrance of the tunnel there. There's a park right there.
Yeah, it's a little next to the water.
No, not by the water. It's like right by the freaking what tunnel is that right there? The Midtown Tunnel?
Midtown Tunnel. Which avenue you talking about though?
That's Second Avenue.
Nah, the Midtown Tunnel is not. Nah, that's Park Avenue.
No. I'm talking about Second Avenue, because First Avenue is where the hospital is. It's the next block up.
And you gotta go down into the tunnel.
Yeah, when you go into the tunnel to go into Queens, into Brooklyn, really.
Oh yeah, that I think. Yeah,
there's a park right there. You know, back when I was working there, early 2000s and whatever, there used to be a lot of international, people that used to pop up in that park for some reason. I used to catch a lot of run there.
What, escorts? what you talking about, man? Yo, man. Hey, yo, what you talking about, man?
Man, I'll talk about like you would catch people from Serbia, Yugoslavia at the time, Lithuania. You would catch a lot of people from those areas, and they'd just be in the park because the UN is at the block. So they used to come to that park and they used to be playing basketball. It was crazy.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, that's funny, man. Shouts to the 302 people that's watching live, man. Appreciate you guys, man. Appreciate the people that's also chopping it up with us inside of the chat. Julian Blum, also, of course. I be thinking Shorty be hitting me up on a DM and it's Dallas with Knicks content. It's
like a good morning tweet, right? Like,
yeah, that's a fact. That's when you know when you alive. You see some Dallas content, you alive. I promise you. Oh, bro, I was fortunate to go to Harlem World to see Treacherous 3 and many more artists. Man, oh damn, Treacherous 3, you went way back. That's oh.
But I'm saying there's a whole history. Like you're talking about Treacherous 3 now. That's another movement. That's literally the birth of hip hop. That part, you know what I'm saying? So it was you just had to be there. I didn't experience it, but I know people, a little older than me that experienced that. But I never hated on people older than me. This generation now, they be hating on the people older than them. I just don't understand that.
You old geezers. We on that. That's how they look. They even look at me like that. I mean, no, but it's. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. I have no answer for that. Like I literally have no answer. I will not defend it. I'm gonna just say they don't have no OGs. And when you have OGs, people that actually put you in your place that you'll listen to, and they'll only put you in your place because they love you and they respect you. They don't want you to see you go down a road that they've seen other people go down. I think a lot of us don't understand that, like when we're listening to like older folk. And I think that's the one thing I've learned about getting older as a man.
But here's the thing, though. Say like OGs, like just not because we always talk about street stuff, man. But let's say basketball, right? There's OGs that seen Jordan play, right? And how could you shit on Jordan and like to that degree, like it didn't happen? Like to me, as an older person, you sound like a bitch. And they so smart because they want to be relevant to the younger crowd. But then the younger crowd is looking at you like you a bitch. Isn't Jordan your man? Didn't you grow up watching Jordan? you know, and now you're gonna shit on him, whatever, you know what I'm saying, with your tight jeans and whatever else that you're wearing, just trying to be young and stuff like that. You know, that's the problem. The OGs are the ones that screwed up. I think the connections and everything, not just basketball, but you talk about hip hop or even with politics and stuff. Like right now, like if you look at it, look at Trump and Biden, 70 years old, running for president. So the reason why I'm mentioning that, because like, where's the 50-year-olds? There's no 50-year-olds doing nothing. You want to know why?
40-year-olds.
Yeah, the 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds. Where are they at? You know what I'm saying? Because something's up with that generation. Something's up. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I was thinking about that the other day. Like, not to get a like subject like OD, but like, how the hell, like, a man who is way older than me, who's going to be in the grave by the time I get to like 50 years old, my damn self, why is he going to be the president? Shouldn't you put somebody that's around like 40, 45, 50 years old as president? That's just me.
Well, I don't mind 60. I don't mind 60 something, but these guys are like pushing 80. You know what I'm saying? What the hell? What the hell are they doing running for president? And you mean to tell me there's nobody else? There's nobody else? You know, so that's the thing. That's you know, that's almost just like a not a blueprint, but just like, I'm gonna say it's just a reflection of the way the world is right now. You know, that's all. You want to talk about people that's gonna save the world. These young kids now that are like in grade school age, man, those kids are gonna save the world. Because I got little kids now, and they there's something different about them, man. And just his friends, there's something different about this generation coming up, man. I think these little guys that are in grade school going into, you know, coming up, I think they're gonna be the ones that save the world, man. To tell you the truth,
I definitely agree. These guys is very intelligent, and they have all of the things that my generation didn't have, and probably in your generation didn't have. They have access to everything, like money, apps, like everything. Like, I wish I would have had a F movies back in like 2015. No, 2005. You know what I'm saying? So I can watch movies for free all the goddamn time. I wish I had that. You know what I'm saying? Like, these kids, YouTube is out. What year YouTube came out?
YouTube been out for a minute, but you know, people really just started really popping with the shit maybe like 10 years ago. You know, 10 maybe 15 years ago.
So yo, bro, like, it's technology's evolving. What you about to say? My bad.
No, just piggybacking on that. You know, they you know, this generation now, it grew up on technology, but they still stupid. You know, it's like, yo, how do you do that? How you do that, man? Don't you got a smartphone in your hand? The young kids are already like, yeah, they already know how to do it because they got a smartphone in their hand. You know what I'm saying? So once they get to that age, they I don't know what they're gonna be doing, man. They're really gonna change the world, this next generation.
Yeah, I'll be telling my moms, like, sometimes, like, I don't want my nephew with no phone access to the day. Like, let him play with the toys and just watch and see what's on TV. Like, he got like no phone, like no swiping. Because like, even myself, I found myself the other night. I was on my phone. I was just swiping for like 10 straight minutes. I said, wait, hold on. Yo, let me write an article or something. I'm swiping too much. I'm not accomplishing anything. So like, even I had to like scale it back a little bit sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes me and my lady, we be sitting in the living room, you know, the TV's on, but me and her both on social media, sending each other stuff, right? And we sit right next to each other. So it's like, you know, it's a funny time right now. But like I said, that this young generation, they're not gonna be on it. They're gonna be, you know, the matrix is gonna be a part of them. And they're really gonna change the world, I think. I really think so.
Nah, I think so too, man. Shout out to the youngins, man. Because once again, this is the best New York Knicks team in my life that I've seen. And, you know, going into April, I think we're going to be, including the younger Knicks fans and all of New York, I think we're going to be on fire. Because now it's the finish line, right? 2025, April, you know, we got Philly, Cleveland, Atlanta, Phoenix, Boston, Detroit, Cleveland, and Brooklyn. We got Philly at home, Phoenix at home, Boston at home, Cleveland at home. I love the way they set up April, bro. Yeah. I love it, bro. Because Philly, we could possibly play them in the playoffs. You know Thibodeau going to take that game serious. And I want him to. I want him to. I'm taking that game serious. That's a very important game for me. Very important. The Phoenix game is important. Why? Because what if we meet them in the finals? I want to make sure we could beat them we could punch them in their mouth, right? Unlike the last couple of famous boxing fights that I've watched in the liquor store with my uncle, and I'm like, yo, uncle, why is this guy fighting like this? Why is he not exciting? This is ridiculous. If I put on fight night right now, I bet you me and another person will put on a better fight than what I've seen the last couple of fights, Devin Haney and whatnot. I can't take it no more, right? And then Cleveland, we beat Cleveland a couple years ago in the playoffs, but this is a new season, so I want to make sure we still got our foot on Cleveland next. And the away games is interesting to me because we got Cleveland on an away game. So let's say we play Cleveland in the playoffs. We got an away game. We got a home game against them. I'm intrigued. Now, Atlanta, it all depends on what's Trae Young mindset. I listened to a podcast recently from Trae Young. I don't like his answers, bro. I don't like when an NBA player just and let me take this off, that schedule and put it to me and you. I don't like when an NBA player thinks of himself too highly and he's not that guy. Trae Young, for you to go on a podcast and say, I'm gonna make players around me better, that is false. Like, that is super false. If I took Trae Young off his Atlanta Hawks team and I put 2004 Steve Nash on that Atlanta Hawks team, what you think is gonna happen?
Well, talk about it, because I mean, he gets stats, he gets a lot of points, he shoots the long 3-point shots or whatever, and he gets the assists, but his teams don't win, and he's not making nobody better. Who is he making better? He hasn't made who has he made better in his career with all those stats? You know what I'm saying? He had a nice little run that 1 year, when he beat the Knicks, and that's his claim to fame. Fuck Trae Young is they're gonna say that if he makes, because he got the stats, like I said, so he could possibly make the Hall of Fame. So if he goes to the Hall of Fame, we're gonna be saying fuck Trae Young at the Hall of Fame speech. You know what I'm saying? And that's his claim to fame.
I'm not worried about a guy like Trae Young. And then when you say stuff like, mind you, his team just drafted one. So he said, teams, they'll draft guys high and those guys is not ready for the keys yet. Mother effer, you don't even deserve the keys. Like this is why, like, Randall, after that interview with Paul George, when he came, because sometimes you got to come out and say it. You can't just be quiet about it. You got to say it so I can stop assuming what your parents teach you. Assuming makes an ass out of you and me, right? Yeah. So for me to stop assuming, I need Randall to say it. Hey, look, I'm not that guy. Went on Paul George podcast. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. We say, look, listen, I'm not the number one option here. Right? He congratulated Jalen Brunson on being called the captain last week. Yo, shout outs to you, captain. Oh, he gets it.
Yeah,
he gets it. He gets it. Trae Young don't get it. You will never win a championship. Don't get it. Yeah. And that's it. They got the number one overall pick, and Trae Young's still going to be ball hogging. If I was the Hawks, I would have sent Trae Young. I would have bench shipped him out, and I would have gave the ball to the number one overall pick. That's what I would be doing this season. But what's effed up about that, Atlanta don't have their pick in 2025.
Damn.
Why you think Adam Silver gave him the one pick this year? See how that works?
Yeah, the fix is in. Yeah, I could argue that they probably should have traded on Trae Young and kept what's the name?
I trade them both. I'd have traded them both.
Yeah, you're right. I would have traded them both, but like you said, 2025 they don't have nobody.
They don't have their pick. Nope.
Yeah, that sucks. that sounds like a Knicks thing. That sounds like something the Knicks used to do.
We don't got our pick neither. The difference, though, We got OG, McCall,
Right.
Brunson, Hart. You know, we got the Villanova boys. We got Mitch Robinson. We got Julius Randle. We got our 4 draft picks on the rock. We good. We good. We ain't got I ain't worried about no first round pick. With all due respect, you know.
Yeah, it's like the Knicks back in the days too. During the Ewing era, we used to give up picks all the time. We didn't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? Because we were winning. We had a formula that was working. You know, building it behind Ewing. So that's where we are right now. So at this point in time, we don't really need the picks. And the Knicks been drafting well anyway, so it don't even make it. They don't make a difference.
That's true. Shouts to Pacome did that. You know, the secret weapon. I'm gonna start calling him the secret weapon. That's the secret weapon right there. I just need him to make the roster, Eru. We know the 9-man rotation, right? It's that 10th man that I need to make the roster. But Eru, how do you feel about the month of April? No, because I don't think you really like discussed it yourself. How you feel about the month of April and the month of March and April and overall, and how many games you think you will have to win the East? Because in my opinion, the East looks so competitive, in my opinion, that I think the first team in the East this upcoming season is going to have like 51 games. In my opinion, like that's how competitive I think the NBA will become. And also the trickle effect, last thing, from when Adam Silver allowed the Atlanta Hawks to win the 1 pick this season, that said to other teams, hey, you could tank all you want. You might not get that 1 pick, champ. So how you feel about those last 2 months and the confidence in the Knicks going into the playoffs with those games?
I agree with you, man. You know, I definitely agree. You know, I just think I think the schedule as a whole is epic. You know, it's good for fans. It's good for us fans, definitely, man. You know, just because it starts off one way and it just continues to build on as time goes on, man. So just to keep us engaged, I think just so I'm glad that we did this. You know, talking it through, because it's definitely painting a picture for us having like a fantastic year. You know, just a fun year from a fan standpoint. You know, the last month, in March, just kind of like the dog days of the season, kind of. I kind of like the fact that we're playing so many away games and the way the schedule is situated, because it keeps the Knicks on their toes. I like, and then April, I feel like April's almost kind of like coasting, and a lot of these teams, Philadelphia, you want to talk about some of these other teams. I think they're gonna be looking to coast, like Philadelphia and the teams like that, Boston, because Boston too. When we smoked Boston, we was beating them cats by like 40. And then they took their starters out in the third quarter. You know what I'm saying? So, teams do that. So, if they do that again this year, man, then it just spells for the Knicks to be right at the top, I think, this year.
And then, that comes to the last part. The famous championship or bust question. What would be the utter disappointment to you next season? Like utterly, you know what? You know what, man? F Leon Rose, F Thibodeau, get these guys up out of here. I had enough of this. Yeah, I need something new, man.
I don't even know if I want to say it though, man. I don't even know if I want to go there to put it out there.
Gonna have to, man. You're gonna have to talk the worst case scenario where you're like, okay, get this guy up out of here ASAP. Like you're genuinely pissed off with the Knicks. Like,
well, it's gonna have to be the injury bug, man. If the injury bug hits us, man, you're talking about OG, Julius Randle coming off major surgery, Jalen Brunson's been beat up a lot. Just go down the line, Mitchell Robinson. There's a lot of guys that get hurt a lot. So if any of these guys let's say if we get multiple guys during the season that's out like that, that's the worst case scenario. You know what I'm saying? We have a lot of depth, but we also have a lot of guys that could just go out. You know what I'm saying? That would be asked out. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm kind of afraid of. Just looking forward. But like I said, I don't want to really put it out there. Because if we stay healthy relatively, I think we'll be good. Another name that people don't talk about, Bates Diop. He's not the greatest player, but he's somebody that, like, if somebody goes down, he can come in there and he can contribute too. So that's part of the thing. What I'm saying, like no matter who we put in there, I'm hoping that guys just play the role. You know what I'm saying? So then, like, we can give OG a break, and then put Bates Diop in there and let him get off, because we know we could trust him to fill in the spot. You know, not to trust them to drop 30, 40 points. Not saying that. Just somebody that when let's say if Julius is there and we don't have you know, if we don't have OG for the night, or we don't have two guys, we could put Bates Diop in there. He can give us some solid minutes, you know, and just play his position, and we can still win. So that's what I'm hoping for. Cameron Payne is another guy, you know. Shout out to him. You want to talk about rotation, 10-man rotation? He might not even be in the fans' 10-man rotation. You know what I'm saying? But he's good enough to start for us if Brunson was to get hurt. You know what I'm saying? So little things like that, man. I think will help us out. You
know. Shout out to the New York Knicks, man. They built a nice little tall roster. I agree with what you said, man. To firmly put it, like,
is that Big Nick energy?
Yeah, shout out to Big Nick energy, man. He's
a lot of smoke on the Big Nick energy right now.
Oh my goodness, man. You know, he always in some trouble, man. Either get accused of stealing, or you somebody think you're talking to them out of turn, man. Everybody.
Yeah, they fucked up, man.
Oh God,
so much drama, man. So much drama on this internet stuff, man. But you know, it is what it is, man.
But that's what happens when you got a team, right? And you got a team of guys who they all got different aspirations. Right? I think that's what happens, right? And you put a team together and you don't really know these guys. You don't grow up with these guys from the sandbox. Certain guys, you got to take time in order to get comfortable with them, right? You just don't come out of nowhere and form a team. Voltron.
Yeah, that's the thing. Even like, you know, you're talking about Power Rangers or something like that. Even they gotta learn how to use the freaking thing. They gotta you know what I'm saying? They gotta know Zordons. They gotta be handpicked by Zordon or something. You know what I'm saying? They gotta be blessed.
That's a fact, man.
Yeah, but that's the thing. The Big Nick, it's like the name. Everybody was just rolling with the name so they can get their name out there. You know, the popularity type of thing. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. Sometimes it just, you know, little things like that, it just hurts, man. It hurts when people when that comes out like that, you know, it just hurts a little bit,
man. Yeah, it's life, you know. I have no beef with nobody in this community. I think it's just life. I think you understand, like, after a while, like, certain people's gonna get pushed to the wayside. Right. Only the strong survive. Only the most consistent survive. Only the people that's really genuine for the Knicks community survive.
That's my thing. Being genuine, being yourself. You know, being your authentic self. I think like I said, I don't know you to the level where me and you grew up together, nothing like that. But I know you enough to know that State that's authentic State. You know what I'm saying? Authentic. You know.
Yeah.
I would like to think that I'm pretty authentic, also. You know.
Absolutely. You know what it says? So Tony was like, "Yo, State different in person. I'm telling y'all, he gonna scream on you now, but in person, we chilling." Because I told Tony, I'm like, "Yo, Tony, I'm supposed to scream at your ass while we watching the Knicks up 10 in a ball. Man, if you don't pass me some more weed to roll up in here,
with Monica McNutt sitting right next to me and shit, you know what I'm saying? I'm supposed to be like, oh, I'm supposed to be doing that. Like, come on, man." That's what I'm trying to say. Like, there's so many things. Like, not for nothing. You know, I'm married. I'm married and all this, right? So just throw it out there. There's a lot of beautiful women in the Knicks Twitter community. You know, and meanwhile, guys on the freaking in the chat, you know, I mean, in the spaces, cursing each other out and being disrespectful. I'm just looking on the back, like are they do they not know that there's a whole bunch of like do you know how hard it is to find a woman out there that you could share the Knicks with, bro?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? They right there. There's so many of them, and I think most of them that be in the chats and stuff. I think most of them are single.
They are.
What are you guys doing, man?
Bickering amongst men.
See, that's what we need the OGs for, man. The OGs need to be like, yo, man. You know, it like, you know, shout out to Ben, my guy Ben. You know, Ben, the whole Ben situation. For those that don't know, if the Twitter situation, yo, Ben is bugged, man. But he's cool though. I like Ben a lot. You know, but he's a young guy. He's only 19, man. You know what I'm saying? So he got a lot of learning to give. But I mean, at the same time, there's a lot of guys that are in their late 30s, in their early 40s, even older, that are on this Twitter space stuff, and he's sounding like little kids, man. And meanwhile, there's a bunch of beautiful women, beautiful single women, in Knicks Twitter. You know what I'm saying? Like if like I love I love my wife, man, but if me and her weren't together, forget about it, man. I'm gonna be like Denzel Washington. I'm going home with something. You know what I'm saying? I'm going home with something. You know what I mean?
Shout out to Knicks Twitter ladies.
Crazy.
Shout out to Knicks female fans, man. I love y'all, man. I hope they feel so comfortable when they come in my space all the time. Because I mute everybody when a female's talking anyway. Everybody gets muted. I don't want to hear men talk anymore. Once a female comes into my space.
Oh my god.
Oh, Fritz. I was wondering where Fritz was at. Yo, Fritz, man, where you was at, man?
Hey, Fritz,
God damn it.
What's up, Fritz?
Fritz, what's good, man? It's crazy, man, looking at the Knicks schedule and thinking about what the Knicks can do going in the next season, man. I'm very confident. I think the Knicks should be in finals or bust mode. I think the team and the mindset that the team have, I think they should go out and try to win every single game. I think the fans less arguing with each other, more worried about critiquing. And I think next season, it's more about like analyzing what the players are doing and analyzing what Tibbs is doing on a game-to-game basis. I don't think it's about the individual players no more. Like, for example, like me and you have a conversation. I used to single out, like literally I single out Evan Fournier and Alec Burks for about 30 minutes. Cause I'm like, yo, I can't do this no more, Eru. Like I'm watching, I can't do it no more. I can't buy into that. Now, next season, the conversation is, yo, Eru, man, why before the halftime, Mikal Bridges only touched the ball 7 times in the first half? Like that's the type of stuff I'm trying to have debates about. Like that's what I'm nitpicking.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, it's all on Tom Thibodeau. You got the keys, man. You know what I'm saying? You got the keys. You got to drive the car. You know? I don't know if anybody's seen that, man. On the not the FDR, the freaking Jackie Robinson. Did you see what happened on Jackie Robinson the other day?
No, what happened?
There's a part where the cars funnel and turns into like 2 lanes and it's kind of tight, but somehow like 4 or 5 cars jumped and they all landed on top of each other and it totally clogged the freaking Jackie Robinson for like most of the day and stuff, man. So and that's like and if you look at the cars, they all are like beautiful cars, like sports cars, Mercedes and BMWs and stuff, and they're all stacked on top of each other. Like you got the vehicle, you got the car to drive. How did 6 of y'all end up stacked on top of each other, in the highway? You know what I'm saying? Like Tom Thibodeau has all the pieces to make it work. You know what I'm saying? So for him to drive this team off the cliff, or if there's games where like he said, like, why is he sitting Julius Randle right now? Why is he putting Mikal Bridges on the bench? Like why is he playing Deuce McBride if he got like shit like that? Why is he going small? Like, stupid shit like that. Like there should be no stupid shit. You're Tom Thibodeau fan.
I know. That's why I always scream at Tom Thibodeau. I don't like him. That's why I know that I know nobody's never going to change my take. The Tibbs Klux Klan.
Damn, son.
It's a group of y'all. And I'm looking in the camera. It's a group of y'all. He better win a damn championship this season. Nothing more, nothing less. There is no excuse you can hand me in the playoffs. I don't want to hear about injury in the playoffs. I don't want to hear about injury in the regular season. Leon Rose traded.
Can we change their name to Tibbs Kids on the Block or something like that?
I don't know. That's how personal it is.
Damn.
What, you want me to say the Tibbs Clan? I say the Tibbs Clan. They're a clan. They a clan. Okay, so you know what?
I like the Tibbs Kids on the Block. That's a little bit more PG.
Tibbs Kids on the Block. Okay,
some Tiger Beat. That's Tiger Beat right there.
Okay, the PG version.
Damn, man.
Because
I can't even say it. Like,
it's personal with me and Tibbs fan.
Damn, man.
I don't like the mother effers, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Oh man.
The association is crazy though, man, because I don't even want to go down that rabbit. I like to go down rabbit holes, man, but I think I'm gonna jump over that one. I'm jumping over that rabbit hole.
It's personal. It's personal because they don't. I really don't want to get into this convo, but they don't do that. They don't call fair skinned folk dumb on Twitter, bro. They don't come at fair skinned.
Jesus Christ!
They don't come at.
All right. Good night, everybody. This has been the Dire State of Mind, episode 92.
Oh God, man! That was evil, man. That was a good laugh, man. I think of a new name, so the next time we come back on here, man.
Because I mean, like, what if they like it and they put it on a t-shirt? Now it's like, damn, what did I do? What did I do? Imagine showing up to a Knicks event or whatever, and somebody got a like,
Tim's Clutch Clear t-shirt.
Damn, son. They already got like MAGA hats and stuff, like, make Knicks great again. You know what I'm saying? Can you imagine that? Oh my God.
Oh my goodness, man. Shout out to Knicks fan, man. Knicks fans is the best, man. It's 326 people in here. There's a total of 150 plus watching on Twitter right now. Appreciate you guys watching on Twitter. I'm also streaming live from Twitch and Facebook. So appreciate everybody who's watching on Facebook, and I appreciate everybody who's watching on Twitch. We've been on here for 2 hours and a goddamn half. I just noticed that. Eru, man. Let me get you out of here before
like he's lost or something. Oh, man. I'm glad, that's why I talk a lot of junk about my wife, man, but thank God, man, because if it was any other woman, that she would have been left me already. Like, you're like a fucking weak weirdo,
Yeah. I think only certain women will understand, because I had to tell people that, I'm like, look, hey, listen, it's Knicks opening night. I gotta record today. Like I can't just not record today, bro.
But like it's like this, like, who you going in the back talking to? Oh, I'm talking to State. Who the fuck? State? Do you know his real name? What's his real name? Like that. Oh, you Die Hard? That's your name? Die Hard? That's your friends Die Hard. You know what I'm saying? Because it could literally be like that. And then
Oh God. Evil, man. This is a good talk, man. This is a great talk. We definitely going first day of training camp for the New York Knicks. We definitely gonna come at you with another Die Hard State of Mind for the first day of training camp, because the first day of training camp is time to go. That means the Knicks season started, and that means that we gotta start. We gotta go into overdrive mode. But Eru, what do you gotta say to the people? What do you have coming out soon? I know you was on a 2-break hiatus. I got you out of the hiatus. Look, I got Eru out of his goddamn man cave. You got to get some of these guys out of the man cave, right? Batman, it's time to get your gadgets ready. It's time to get Superman. Ain't no kryptonite over here no more. Get ready. What's the Hawk lady? Get that mace you be having. It's time. Green Lantern, that little ring you got, you better charge it now. It's time. Flash, you better go in Flashpoint. You better flash your ass to some champion. It's time now. Yeah. But shout out to you, man. Appreciate you.
Well, I always got an idea to do a pod, man. If it was up to me, I could do a pod every day about something. There's always something to talk about in Knicksland, so just, I would like to, I have some ideas. I don't want to keep saying what I want to do, because every time I say something, those that say they're not watching are watching it, because they do what I said I was going to do. You know what I'm saying? So got to keep things tight sometimes, but I like to be a little bit more active. When the season starts, I like to do watch-alongs and stuff. I don't know how that's going to work, because we all going to be together. So it is what it is. But I definitely appreciate State. Me and State, we don't pod as much as we used to, because we used to pod like all the time. You know what I'm saying, together. But we still can come together, and it's like we just pick up where we left off, man. So I just think that's the essence of what this thing is all about, man. So I just appreciate everybody for enjoying the ride and stuff. And just continue to support me, support State, and let's have some fun out there, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, subscribe to Die Knicks Podcast if you haven't already.
Damn. Yo, subscribe, man. Subscribe to Eru channel. Make sure you subscribe to Eru channel, Die Hard Knicks Podcast. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, State of New York Knicks Podcast. This is one huge Knick community. We all brothers and sisters. Let's keep it that way. Eru, God bless you. Salute to you. Salute to the chat too. Y'all was booming today. I love the chat. I'm gonna give you a short story before we get out of here. Jermaine, that was in the chat. That's my OG at work. I seen every work on break. I'm with OG. We talking about the Knicks for a straight hour. So he said to me, he said, "Yo, man, yo, why you was ignoring me when I was in the chat?" Like he took it personal, like, like, and you know, like you know when you taking it personal when you repeat it more than 2 times. If somebody repeats something to you more than 2 times, you know they ain't like that shit you did.
Yeah, you start getting loud because there's to stop them from crying and stuff like that. You know?
He like, yo, you just gonna ignore me, man? I'm like, nah, man. I'm learning how to do both at the same. He's like, man, I don't care if you learn it. Get that together next time. I'm like, all right, yo, you got it, OG. Yeah. But shout out to the chat too, man. Eru, man, once again, man. Appreciate you. This podcast audio will be out before 1 a.m. Make sure you Knicks fans go listen to that. It'll be on a lot of streaming apps. It will be on Eru's also streaming that because I'm about to send him this audio as well as soon too.
No, it won't because I can't deal with it. It's too much for me.
It's it's easy. All you got to do is send it to your email, then you download it, right, and then you upload it. I mean,
yeah, I know how it works, man. But that's too much for me, man. You know? I had to cut it down a lot because because I like to do like little videos too on Instagram and on what's the other one, TikTok, TikTok and Instagram and stuff like that. I like to do videos like that too. That takes up so much time. So sometimes you got to just step back from that stuff, man. But you, man, you do everything. You write Substack articles and all kinds of stuff, So
I'm trying, man. I'm trying to be the best ever. To be the best ever, yo. So
if you ain't the best, who is, man?
I mean,
what I'm saying? Whoever else that wants to be it, all they're trying to do is be you. I've been telling you that from the beginning, man. But it is what it is,
man. Appreciate that, Eru. Yeah. Appreciate the chat once again, man. God bless all of you guys, man. May God protect everybody in this chat, man. With that said, I'm out of here, man. It's your boy State. Shout out to my guy Eru. Shout out to my guy Rick, who made the instrumental for me for the outro and the intro, whatever. And shout out to Marvel, man. Love this story, Civil War. I always try to make sure I keep a comic book in front of the laptop to kind of describe how I'm feeling at that moment in time. I'm feeling like it's a civil war. I'm feeling like I want to go to battle with everybody. I'm feeling like the NBA is Iron Man and I'm Captain America. No, I will not confine to your little laws, Iron Man. I want to go to war now. I'm going to war against the whole NBA. Eru, I'm out of here. It's your boy State. Peace out. And to the chat once again, love you guys, man. Thank you.
Peace.